In today's episode, titled Many Scries, Much Emotion, the crew gets some much needed downtime after their victory against Green Eyes and the collection of their loot. There's a lot of backstory and a lot of character development, a little bit of traveling, and a lot of shenanigans as they make their way back to Greylock to see just what in the hell is going on there. We hope you enjoy. Okay, so just bookkeeping note, Noel is getting educated and may pop in at any point. She is not here currently, and she's greatly missed, as always. But we will pick up where we left off in the last episode. Y'all got a bunch of loot, and whether or not you divvy those up among the rest of the crew is up to you. Lily and Ulrich were left alone in the bedroom.
Ooh.
Briefly. Ooh. I assume Kern was keeping watch in the hall, because that's what Kern does.
You paranoid?
Yeah.
He watches people in the bedroom?
Well, I imagine he was in like the clan hall. I don't think he was in like, right outside the tiny hut or anything. But just keeping an eye on things, you know.
It's Voyager, you know, like a sailor, not
a... Yuri.
Yes.
We're gonna drop a couple hit dice for Mooshnik and finish leveling up to 9.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Oh, yeah, we got up to level 10.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the crew got a level. The crew got
Good
a
job,
level.
guys. We did it. We made it.
Y'all
I think I just
survived.
get basically another cantrip and... Oh, I get Divine Intervention. Never mind.
Hey,
That's
we
all.
can ask for help from Eileen now.
That's always a good plan.
Look at that. Just
Hey.
divine intervention.
Yeah, instead of it being our fallback, I think that should be our go-to. Whenever it's available, all right, what's our plan? Well, first plan A, ask for help.
Consult the deities. Okay, so as promised, you said you guys haven't had a lot of downtime or party building or really even had a chance to compare notes from your time away. We are going to provide time for that. So I'm going to shut my pie hole and let y'all do that.
So at this point, we've had our long rest and Elric is buggered off?
Yeah, we're going to say for the... for clarity purposes that Ulrich has already buggered off, and this can be
And Lily is hiding in a dark corner.
yeah, well, Lily's having a mood, and that you guys have had the opportunity to have at the very least a short rest, if not a long rest, and we're just gonna, because I know people wanted to have conversations, and I know Kern wanted to scry and other things, so you're going to get the benefits of the long rest, and we'll just play things as they happen. If that makes sense.
For clarity,
Okay.
Did he seal us in or not? That was kind of left fuzzy.
Did he seal you in?
Yeah,
He
after
did.
he made his mistake. He did?
Well,
He didn't.
no one has, as of this point, no one has investigated. Like, Ulrich left
Okay.
at some point, so you're aware that there is a way out, and there is the
No.
large gaping hole in the top of the bedroom, but you guys haven't really poked around that much.
Noel is on her way if we just want to goof off a little bit before she gets here, just
Oh, I
so
see.
that she can be a part.
Well, I know there were a couple different conversations. So, Sin, you mentioned having a
Yeah, I'd like to have
side
a
with Davynn.
word
So
with
we'll
Davynn.
just start with that, and
Yeah.
we'll let Noel roll in when she rolls in. So yeah, we'll just start with that.
So I guess after we've all sort of woken up and realized Elric is gone or whatever, I'll sort of go over to Davynn and sort of motion for him to follow me down one of these dark corridors a little bit.
Davynn is busy trying to play with his new light source. But
Davynn.
he will totally. Yes?
Over here.
Trying to think of a good word, by the way. If you can think of anything that's cool. I already have flame on and time to shine, so anything along those lines would be awesome if you have something.
You're already using time to shine?
Yeah, that's the daylight spell. It's just I forget
Oh,
it
okay.
sometimes. It's kind of inconsistent.
Let the sun shine in?
But that feels like the daylight spell. This
Well,
one's
then
not the
you can-
daylight spell. It's
You
like,
can swap them around, though. You can...
I guess, but it's like it's stuck in my head.
You're just being difficult now. I don't really care about this.
Okay, cool. What's up?
So, we got the dragon orb, right?
Yeah.
Do you know what you want to do with it? Because, like, I don't know if this is clear, but you know that place underground where they're keeping your grandma or half of your grandma or whatever in a gym?
Yeah.
Right. I work for them now. And they would like,
Wait, since when?
since we were there.
What? Did you just like go through a job interview behind our backs?
No, you remember when I bled in the well?
Yeah.
Apparently that linked me to the well.
Okay, that's a good thing that I didn't do it then.
Right, but see, the upside is that when I die, if I'm famous or important or badass enough, I get to live my afterlife in gem form, where I can basically create my own world. So there's an upside to this.
Okay.
But anyway, so yeah, they'd like their whole deal is that they want to keep dangerous magical items from, destroying the world and stuff. And they've got like a pretty good setup down there, like you saw. They keep them pretty tightly locked down, and they would like this dragon orb of yours. And your grandma sort of wanted them to have it. Like she was afraid of what it could do, and she sort of entrusted both her soul and all her magical shit to them to keep out of the wrong hands.
Uh-huh. Well,
So
we can ask... I think we can ask Grandma about what she wants to do with it, but I kind of want to see what it can do first. Not like in a use it sense, but I just want to learn what it can do, because it is something that is directly related to my bloodline and all.
Right. Okay, if we go to ask your grandma, like in her gem form, we're gonna have to go to the Bloodwell,
Uh-huh.
and they're probably gonna, not want us to leave with the dragon orb, if you catch my drift.
Okay, so then we
So plan
sneak
two.
in there and
No,
then
no,
talk
no.
to Grandma.
No, I work for them. I mean, no. That's a conflict of interest for one thing. And also, like, we couldn't sneak in there. I mean, look what happened last time. We got dumped down a bunch of chutes and had to blow up.
All right,
Well,
then
actually,
we don't
that
tell
worked
them that we have it, which we seem to be doing a great job of thus far.
Well, I'm not sure how this Bloodwell link works. Like, it might... I can sense the Bloodwell, but it might be able to also sense me. So it's possible that they already know.
I don't think it can sense me, though.
Well, you...
And you
but I-
haven't held the Dragon Orb yet, so I think they don't know.
Okay, well, moving past that for a second. There's another plan. We could take it to Greylock and ask Nasali what she thinks about it. Like, what it does, how dangerous it is. And she wouldn't necessarily take it from us. She would maybe let us hold on to it. And then we could make up our mind once we know what exactly it does. Whether or not we bring it to the Bloodwell.
Speaking of which, is there something going on there?
Which? Where?
Nazali, you, her.
Oh, yeah, well, I mean, she has a huge crush on me, but...
Oh. Okay, cool.
What a great time for a roll from Davynn on inside. Holy crap.
Question, does Kern know about that?
What are you implying?
Well, it's not like I'm implying anything. It's just like, I've made some assumptions and maybe they're not right. It's just,
To be honest, I don't
there's
think Kern's into it.
subtext.
I don't think he cares.
Okay, fine. So I think that, maybe, that probably is a good idea, and Nazali's pretty smart, right?
Yeah, and she's like a Nemetal, and she's been around for like a long time. Learned a lot of stuff. She talks to dead people. They know stuff too.
Really? She has a crush on you? Sorry, shouldn't have said that. Just thinking out loud.
Yeah. Well, anyway. I was gonna say something nice, but anyway, whatever. It's basically, as far as I'm concerned, your orb. Like, it's in your family line. You know, it's yours to dispense with as you wish. I think that taking it to Nisali, or giving it to the Bloodwell, both of those are probably equally good options. But it's up to you. And I'm not gonna like try to steal it from you.
I want to find out what Grandma would have done with it, because
Well,
I think
she tried to give it to the Bloodwell, so.
right. Well, I don't know if that's exactly what she would want to do with it now or anything like that. She did mention destroying it at one point, which might be a safer version of giving it to the Bloodwell.
Right, we don't know how to do
You know-
that, but Miss Sally might, so maybe we should talk to her.
Hi.
You know,
Alright, well, good idea. I like this plan.
okay.
You make good plans sometimes.
All my what? All my plans are good. Not everyone understands them. They're intricate, is the problem. They're too top-heavy sometimes.
Yeah, I guess that's right. I don't understand your plans sometimes, too.
I don't always have time to explain, Davynn.
Oh, Xylund, by the way. I think you're really cool. Just thought you should know that. Just, putting it out there, because I don't know if that's been made clear yet.
Oh, thanks. Well, I mean, yeah, well, you're all right. I mean, we've saved each other's lives quite a few times now. I guess I sort of... Well, I don't want to get, like, too emotional here, but, we're kind of brothers now, in a way.
Davynn has a moment of... just takes a moment to be like, wait, did that just happen?
Don't make a big deal about it. It's,
Aww.
I mean, I wouldn't say we're friends, but, I mean, brothers is better than friends.
Okay, I guess we'll get there sometime. Just wanted to check in. You are okay with being giant, right? I didn't really ask.
Oh, yeah, all the time. Like, if I could be giant all the time, yes. Yes,
I'll
I'm
do
good
my
with
best.
giant. Yeah, so anyway, I think the main task at hand, right, like in the immediate future, is, making sure that the who actually owns the dragon orb in this situation is made real clear, because I'm not sure that our wizard friend entirely understands that.
She seems okay. She was just trying to, check out what it did.
Okay, well, all right, I'll leave it up to you, that part of it then.
All right. Well, I guess in that case, next step is off to Greylock then, right? Let's see. Let everybody else know.
Yeah, Gale's going to be there too, probably. I told him to head there.
Oh, cool. Been a while since I've seen him.
Yeah, you guys should be better friends. He needs a friend.
I've tried. He seems scared of me still.
Well, he's
I am
seen some
magic.
shit since you last saw him. I think in the grand scheme of things, he'll realize that you're one of the least scary things he's seen. I mean, he did just spend a week with a dragon, an actual dragon, so.
Oh, lucky.
Anyway.
All right. I think we're headed back.
All right. Noel, welcome.
Hi.
Hi. All we've done in your absence is establish that you guys get the benefit of long rest, and during that long rest, we're gonna have the party conversations and everything that we talked about last time. Ulrich has been confirmed as missing, having slipped out at some point during this long rest. So there's that. And then so far the only ones to have gone have been Xylund and Davynn. So you haven't missed much.
Gotcha.
Lily is currently off sulking in a corner somewhere. You have no idea where.
Yeah, everyone's kind of off doing their own little thing. So who would like to go next?
Can I go?
Yes.
All right. So I still want this to be like, I guess during like long rest time ish. I'll take off my armor so I'm not like clinking around. And I will go try to find Lily.
Okay. Well, there's only so many places that she can be, so it's, and you have an amazing perception.
Okay.
I'm a roll stealth just in case. I'm being super sneaky quiet.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No.
Totally.
He finds me.
Less than average sneaky quiet, for that matter.
It's kind of hard to be super sneaky quiet when you're sobbing.
Just to clarify, she does have the dragon orb and everything, right?
She was, as far
Okay.
as you know, she's the last one to have it. Yeah.
Cool.
When you find her, she is curled into the tightest ball she can manage, tail wrapped around her, just in a corner, quietly, trying to quietly cry to herself.
In that case, I will quietly go up to her and kind of give her a poke and like shake her.
She's gonna just, without even looking, just assume it's probably Lana. And just be like, go the hell away. I want to talk to you right now.
Okay.
Oh, Kern. Sorry.
No.
Thought you were Lana.
No, I'm definitely not your sister. At least last time I checked. Doesn't look like you're working on what I asked you to, though.
Hmm?
You know, whole smiling thing.
Kinda hard to smile when everybody hates you.
I don't hate you. I know it's been hard for you the past couple of weeks or days or however
Trying
long
years.
we've been traveling. Well, I know it's been hard for you your entire life, but especially harder now since you had to deal with us. We're stupid, you know, we're hard-headed and we have some sort of fucking delusions of grandeur. Something or another. And, well, I know you're not happy with us right now. And especially with me for, like, trying to add all stuff to the ritual after you said that it was going to be dangerous. And then Xylund responding the way that he did. I know that it made you feel super undervalued and super hurt. But, at least there's a couple of things I want to talk about. First of all, you're not going to get an apology from Xylund, and I'd like to apologize on his behalf for him. Especially for your cat. I know she meant a lot to you. Thing is, you know, Xylund's mind is like a shattered piece of glass. It's sharp, but it's jagged and freaking unpredictable. And he doesn't really see things the same way that we do. But I don't think that doesn't mean that he doesn't care about you. After our previous companion's deaths, it kind of affected him a lot. I think something in his past made him unwilling to, like, trust or really care for people, and then after we were traveling with Corin and Annie, he kind of let himself open up, and then their deaths kind of just shut him off again, and he's not ready to acknowledge that he cares about people, at least in a normal way.
Failed to see what that has to do with not throwing other people's companions into vats of acid.
See, the thing is,
Like,
he came up with that idea, and I guarantee he probably thought it was a bad idea. But if he would have even considered how you would have felt, then that would mean that he had to acknowledge that he actually cared about you, which he can't do right now.
he didn't even talk to me, Kern. He just walked up, grabbed my cat, threw her in acid. There's
Yeah.
no excuse for that.
Because that's the first thing that came to his mind.
Yes, well, he's deranged
Yeah,
and
he is.
psychotic and a danger to those around him.
I don't know about a danger, but
And then, he apologizes, and I think, oh, maybe he realized just how completely horrid that is. And then he tells me that if I was a better wizard, he wouldn't have been able to throw my cat in acid.
he's just jealous of you.
I don't give a damn, Kern.
He doesn't know how to deal with it.
That is... Stop making excuses for him, Kern.
I'm not. I'm just telling you what he is.
And then, worst of all, is the way that all of you have been acting. There's been precisely one person in this entire group who treated me as if I was worth a damn, who treated me as if I was someone to be trusted, who was kind to me. And spoiler alert, it wasn't my own twin sister. It was the one that you all treated like absolute shit until he had to leave.
Because he was gonna stab us in the back, eventually.
You know why he treated you with such disdain, and why he felt no compunction stealing from you? It's because you treated him like shit. If you notice...
Because you realize the first moment that we gave him any sort of trust, before we met you, he stabbed us in the back immediately. He betrayed our trust immediately.
And yet, when I treat him like a person... Did you know, when I went to Lorehold, Nautilus was unsummoned, quite abruptly. And without even thinking of it, he bought me the materials I needed to resummon her when we left. He puts himself in danger to save me, because I treat him like a person, not like some cartoon villain. And my own sister straight up tells me to her face, the sister I have sacrificed everything for. Everything! She tells me she doesn't trust me. She tells me that I am unable to be trusted. You think I like magic, Kern? You think this is what I wanted to do with my life? Danger and magic, the same magic that destroyed our parents, that destroyed our home, that saw people I care about killed. Do you think I like any of this? I hate it!
I think part of you does.
No, it is foul. I do it for her. I've done everything for her. And I feel like in most people's eyes I'm little better than Ulrich, even though I have done nothing to deserve such other than treating him like a person.
Believe me, we don't think that you're like Ulrich at all. And, you know, I don't know if I've ever told you this, but I grew up with a very large family. Lots of brothers and sisters. And although I don't know what you went through, I do know how frustrating family can be. They don't make sense. They hurt you, disappoint you. But the thing is, at the end of the day, they're still your family. And you kind of have to look past the shitty things they do or the shitty things they say, because you gotta love them and they love you. And you can't just love somebody and like put up with them when it's easy. You have to love them when they're at their worst, when they're being selfish, when they're too enraptured in themselves to like understand what you're going through. And I'm not saying that you should like brush everything under the rug that happened between you and Lana. But when family disappoints you like that, it's not because they don't appreciate you or they don't love you. It's a sign how much hurt that they're in.
Lily's gonna
How much
take out her cigarette case, pop one in, and offer one to Kern while he's talking.
I appreciate it, but I don't know, sea air mixed with smoke, it just gives me nausea. Gets me a little bit nauseous, sorry.
She closes her case. Suit yourself.
Sorry.
Look, Kern.
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying, I do. But you have to understand that for years, all we had was each other. The only ones that I was able to count on was my familiar and my sister. And then we met Ulrich, and he eventually proved himself to be a good friend. And when we first joined this party, she started being distant, and that was fine. She had new friends. She could, the first time in a long time, just live. So I was fine.
It's okay for you to have friends too, you know.
Well, I had my friends. I had my cat, and I had Ulrich, and sometimes when things were quiet and calm, you would come and talk to me, and Davynn would talk to me, and it was fine. But she's my sister, and like I said, I have sacrificed my whole life for her. I'm still sacrificing my life. I have made myself a fugitive. And so I was fine. As long as she was happy, I was fine. But to find out she doesn't trust me, for her to tell me that to my face, for her to assume that I'm in this for power, that tells me she doesn't know me at all.
Oh.
And it hurts. And it hurts, especially because the one of the people that I can rely on, the people that I have come to trust, one has been driven away, one has basically abandoned me, and one was thrown into a vat of acid.
You know what the thing is, though? Especially with you and Lana. It's like you go through rough patches with people. You do. And I understand that when she said that she couldn't trust you, that hurt to your core. But I don't think she meant it as much as you think she did. Or in the context. Because I think that she would trust you with her life.
She doesn't have much choice in the matter.
The fact is, what counts though is if she did have a choice in the matter, she would.
And yet, for when I am trying to do something good for the party, I'm trying to determine precisely what this thing does and what effects it might have. So I can give it back to the person who owns it.
That's fair. That's fair.
She tries
That's fair.
to take it from me. And when I say I'm not finished seeing it, and Ulrich is saying that out of anybody in this party who has the most knowledge of the arcane and wouldn't best know how to treat it safely, he turns to him and says, yes, but I don't trust her.
You guys need to have a conversation as to like what she meant by that. Not just on the surface, not just what you assumed it meant, but actually what she meant by that. And you guys need to work through that. Like,
yes, well, right now,
because you owe it to her. Well, she owes it to you also. Because you guys are sisters, and you were the only things that she had for a long time, and it's not going to change. And the last thing you want is to go 5 years down the road, hear something, look back, and have regrets about this. Regret not working it out. Regret not knowing where she is anymore, not knowing what's going on with her life. Okay? You both are strong. You can work through this together. You'll be better for it.
yes, well, for the time being, at least until I can start to forget.
Oh.
I'm not talking to her right now, Kern.
That's
You don't
fine.
want to see her right now.
Take your time, get angry, but you gotta go back. And you shouldn't forget about this. Because it'll make you stronger for the next challenge you face with her. By the way, keep saying we have 3 friends. I just like put my arm on her shoulder, or my hand on her shoulder, and just, oh, you always got me. Maybe hard-headed and stupid and impulsive, paranoid, but you got me, okay?
Thank you, Kern. And thank you for not just coming over and demanding the orb back. It means a lot, because I know you are very paranoid, especially about something like that. And honestly, when I saw you, that's what I assumed was going to happen.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, the thought did cross my mind, but you know, you are the best person to actually discern this. Brings me to my last point. You know, eventually we need to look over these letters, and I pull out all the stuff with all the writings that Amro did.
I can tell you right now, the majority of those need to be destroyed.
Yeah. Or, you know, we need to at least understand them, because like this shit is gonna like shake the world, and
It should never see the light of day, Kern. Most of these require sacrifice.
Yeah.
They require parts of sentient beings.
Yeah.
Sure,
we
there
gotta
are some
figure, then
things
we
in
gotta
there
figure
that
out a
are...
way to then we gotta figure out a way to keep this safe and make it forgotten.
Well,
then.
Well, some of it, the more wholesome ones, yes, those can be helpful and useful, even though the world won't accept them. The others, I think we should burn.
Okay.
Make it so that nobody can make these, Kern.
Okay.
They're horrible. Now,
I think that's the best, then. You know firsthand what troubles this stuff can cause.
yes, we are fortunate that a lot of it is largely impossible with how planar travel is at the moment, but it's still dangerous knowledge. And I'm hesitant, and I hate to say that any knowledge should be destroyed, but some things the world will never be ready for. Some things are the kinds of things that got my parents killed.
Yeah,
And
but don't you at least want to understand it so that if this stuff does come, you know how to stop it? I mean, it's always bothered me how much you all mages hated just because somebody told you that you guys are evil.
I don't think all mages are evil, nor do I think all magic is evil.
No, neither do I. And
But
I hope one day there's a world that Davynn, you, your sister don't have to be scared. Who you guys are. And I think that maybe if we can show them a better way, we can change that perception. You know, I can't do it alone. I need your help. We may not be able to, but well, there's a beauty in trying, isn't there?
if I'm willing to make the effort, yes.
Oh,
Did you know when I was younger, I wanted to be a researcher. I wanted to be an inventor. I wanted to make wonderful things.
yeah. And you still do.
Anyways,
Wait,
Ulrich asked me to leave with him when
I'm
he
glad
left.
you didn't. He
I
needs
hope
to
I-
figure out what's going on with him first.
As well. I sincerely hope I don't regret my decision either.
If you do, or feeling like that, I'm here for you. Lana is here for you as much as you don't think she is. Yeah.
Thank you, Kern.
Okay. Work on smiling, okay? And get some sleep. You're gonna need it. We got a long day of traveling tomorrow.
Lily's gonna give him as tremulous, as much of a smile as she can, and it's pretty tremulous. She's got, her eyes are bloodshot and puffy, and she's got tears still running down her face, but she's gonna try.
Okay. And
All
Kern will
right.
just give her a hug. Like, sleep well. And, like, rustle her hair a bit and then walk out.
Good guy, Kern.
His hair smells like strawberries.
Good
Lily's
guy,
gonna
Kern.
Lily's gonna smell a lock of her hair and just be like, I don't use strawberry shampoo. I kid.
That's what,
That's-
Thaumaturgy's for.
Yeah. All right. Anybody else have anything they wanted to do in particular?
Hey, Kern.
Yeah.
How was she?
She's going through a rough patch. I think
I should hold off then.
yeah.
Alright.
She needs a bit of space right now.
Yeah. I understand.
I think she's a little better, but you guys eventually will need to have a conversation.
I know.
She was really hurt when said that you didn't trust her.
Yeah. I'll find a time. Not tonight. Oh, can you do me another favor?
Sure.
I've got this rat that I'm trying to keep away from Xylund.
I can also make it
that
tiny.
apparently I might no longer have. depending
Yeah,
on-
roll your perception, please.
I've got this rat that I'm trying to keep away from Xylund.
Damn.
Yeah, there you go.
So I don't know. I'm gonna go release it somewhere. Can you like keep him off me for a minute?
Sure.
Thank you. He seems interested in you, so
I just like kind of scratch its head, I guess.
yeah.
That's how you get magic plague. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna go sneak off somewhere to release this rat
Okay.
away from Xylund.
Wait, can we see the distraction scene?
Yes.
How are you choosing to distract Xylund? Did I lose everybody?
No, I'm still here.
No, still here.
Yep.
I think Sin might
No
be
one knows
thinking.
how.
I think
I'm
Sid
just
might
looking
be-
after the rat, right?
Oh no, I was having you distract Xylund.
Oh, I'm distracting Xylund.
Yeah, you're distracting
Yeah.
Xylund while she gets rid of the rat.
Okay. All right, let's think. What?
Really, all you have to do is toss your hair, but you know that.
I use thaumaturgy to make like a really loud fart come from around the corner right by him.
I'll draw my mace and go investigate.
Okay. Xylund has been deterred momentarily from his rat plague quest to go investigate the case of the echoing fart as Lana sets her rat friend free.
The only
Hopefully.
one.
Yeah, the only one that survived so far. Okay. Anyone else have anything they'd like to do?
I would like to speak with Mooshnik against my better judgment.
Oh Lord! All right,
That
buckle
is
in,
You mean
everybody.
you like to
That's better
listen to
judgment.
Mooshnik talk at you?
Yeah, pretty much. I will find him doing whatever terrible Mooshnicky thing he's doing.
He's leveling up in the corner. Just
Yeah, he
announce
just finished
yourself.
leveling up in the corner, which means he's coming off of some sort of crazy high.
Hi. Hi, it's me.
Oh, your face is green.
Thanks, I think. So, thanks for your help, by the way. I know I accidentally punched you in the face a lot while you were sleeping, so sorry about that,
Gayle,
but...
shh. Don't just see the cosmic waves are swimming through the air.
Are we talking metaphorically, or
Sit
actual
down,
cosmic...
my child. Sit down
Okay.
and eat this.
Uh,
will
should I...
pull a mushroom out of his hat and hand it to
I'm
Davynn.
looking desperately around for a Kern, but not finding one.
I'm probably still
an
talking to
adult.
Lily at this point.
Are you sure I should be eating this?
You
It
should-
was growing on your hat.
No, it's growing in the hat. But that's where the magic happens.
That doesn't
'Cause
make it
that's so
any
much
better.
better.
It's the best.
And I just wanted to, ask you if you wanted to, keep on traveling with us because you were helpful and everything when we were killing the green-eyed
You
guy.
cannot ask the right questions if you don't know the right question.
Just if I eat this, will you have a conversation with me?
You can't have a conversation until you eat it. Then you'll
Alright.
know that words are meaningless.
I will eat
Only
this
the wee little
mushroom.
things are right.
Xylund wanders over, his drug sense tingling.
I have a question. Can you grow blood moss on your culture thing, your fungus garden there? Because that shit's expensive.
We're being enlightened right now.
That is the sound of my brain.
I'm sorry, did you guys all hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
You
was
know-
that was
ahead.
me dumping out water from a pan that I had yesterday.
The timing was great.
This is your brain
Yeah,
on
it was
drugs.
perfect actually.
Yeah,
Answer
I
to
just realized that might have sounded like a toilet flushing.
is okay.
A little bit.
Everybody poops, Kern. We all know this,
There's a book
Especially
about it.
Kern.
especially Kern. The answer to the question, Mooshnik, is no. You can't grow blood moss.
Oh,
I have a more immediately pertinent question. What are the effects of eating this mushroom?
Communion with nature.
Oh,
And feel the rocks and listen to the trees. Without a spell, that makes it even better.
Devin takes a second. He starts sweating a little bit. Is this?
You can feel
I
the
can-
air itself tickling your bits.
I can feel myself talking like I can feel the words coming out of my mouth. Is that normal?
That's right. Just
Oh
let
my
it
God.
happen. Become friends with your words. Speak with
Oh.
them a while. Find out
You
what
know,
it is
that's
they
nice.
want to say.
I like being friends with things. Friends.
That's
Oh
right.
hey, if I say that word, more of them show up. Friends. And just like watch his eyes dart around between the various different imaginary friends popping up from his mouth.
You're a friendly lad. That's a good thing.
So, yeah, I wanted to ask you something. I don't remember why. Oh my god. Wow. Wow. I get it. Oh my god. This is wonderful. Silent, can you see it?
I'm not sure. Is it the elemental plane of love? Because if it is, you might want to turn around and back out of there.
I don't know if that's what it is, but it looks pretty close to that.
Well,
Embrace
okay.
the love, me child. If that's
I
what you're
feel
seeing,
warm.
it's what you be needing in your life.
No, it turns bad. It turns bad, Davynn. Back up. Get out of there. Wait, I'll join you. I grab some.
Get out of there, Davin.
I'll
On
come
second
save
thought,
you.
Let me join you.
Oh lord.
Okay, so I think the three of us are just tripping balls together.
Yeah,
Sounds
exactly.
pretty accurate.
Everybody's tripping balls.
I think I got one more thing, if that's
Okay.
cool, afterwards.
Yeah.
I'll come back from distracting Xylund from the rat, I guess.
Yeah.
And see the three party members just tripping out of their goddamn minds.
Yep.
I'll just be like, Lana, what happened?
I don't know. I released the rat and I came back and they were all like this.
Okay.
Lana!
Yeah.
Lana!
Yes.
Lana!
Oh yeah, I'm done.
Let me touch your face.
Kern, help.
Let's go over. Let's let them be. Let's go over here.
Okay.
And I just like kind of make sparkles in the air, like 10 feet away from us.
Your hair looks like diamonds. Wait, that's normal.
Yes.
That's normal. Never mind.
But I'm slowly fading away.
No.
And I just like book it into another room.
I will pursue.
Okay. So Lana and Kern are making their escape. As you three sit against the wall, stoned out of your gourds.
Like I said, Lily is not in the best place, but she's doing okay. I think better. One thing that I wanted to ask you that's not related to that,
Yeah.
you've traveled around a lot and you've heard stories and stuff, a
Yeah.
bunch of them. Have you ever heard of being able to see people when they're not there.
Like, scrying?
I guess that's what it's called. I don't know that I can do things until I do them, okay?
Oh, right. Cleric stuff.
Yeah, well...
Yeah,
I don't know.
I've heard of it.
I was thinking about maybe trying to do that again, or try to, like, officially, like, try to do it on purpose this time.
Oh, I can, potentially help?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was asking. So I, like, pull out this mirror. I'm like, I think this is what I need.
Yeah, you need one of those.
Okay, I had a feeling, but, so do I just, like, focus on the person I want to see?
I assume... I can't actually cast it myself. I've just read about how other people do it.
Oh,
But
okay,
that
I guess
sounds
I'll-
right.
I guess I'll just do that.
Yeah.
How about... Anybody you want to look in and check in at?
Sorry, what'd you say?
Is there anybody, like, that you want to check in on? Because, I don't know, like, all of a sudden you're presented with this stuff and you have so many options you can't really make a decision.
I honestly don't really.
How about something simple?
Yeah.
My brother Connell, always getting into trouble. Just want to make sure that he's okay and looking after himself, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Erie, I will attempt to scry Connell.
Okay. So you take your silver mirror, and again, this was during the session that you unfortunately missed, but this mirror has shown you pictures before.
Right.
Which is why you decided to keep it.
Yeah.
And once again, it clouds over for a second and then parts. It's the visions, though, this time seem a lot clearer than they were the first time. Last
Okay.
time it seemed like you were looking through gauze at them, but this time it's exceptionally clear. And you see a young man, a few years younger than yourself, kind of tall and reedy, sort of thin, with Kern-colored hair. Except this has been it's a very new hairstyle than the last time you saw Connell. He's got it pretty well cut very, very short, other than like two big flops of bangs that sort of hang on either side, and the tips of the bangs have been bleached or otherwise colored, so that they've got a little bit of blonde going in them now. And it looks like he might even have a kind of a skunk stripe of green in the back in the short hair. His clothes are very, very barred is the best way to put it. They're very colorful. A lot of blues and greens. He's got a purple cloth sash going on, leather boots, very open chest shirt. Yeah, it's like the fabrics are nice enough to look nice, but they're clearly not, super expensive. And you can see kind of on his shoulder, the stitching is not that awesome. These were not tailor made. Like somebody made these for him, just personally, or he made them himself. These were not bought from a seamstress or anything. The work is a little clumsy. He's got a big smile on his face, though, in a very charming shark kind of way, and very, very distinctive green eyes.
Yeah.
So he appears to be approaching a table. The area that he's in looks totally unfamiliar to you. It seems to be in some sort of a city. The closest of the buildings and the area that he's walking through is all paved with cobblestone. It's not, the dirt paths that you would normally associate with home. Everything is all cobblestoned out. He seems to be in some sort of public park that's surrounded by buildings. And these buildings are, the best way to describe them is like elf art deco. They're kind of tall and rounded and have that swaying sort of elven architecture, but it's got very bright colors that you don't normally see with elvish architecture. So it's a lot of terracotta and bright blues and bright greens that are everywhere. It's embedded in the tables. You can see it reflected from the glass in the distance. It's a very strange mishmash of cultures for you, and it's not one that you've seen before. But yeah, as you watch, he kind of cuts through this little cobblestone plaza sort of thing, this public park looking area, to a table full of other young people. You know, they all seem to be about his age, mixed genders and mixed races as well. There's a tiefling there, excuse me, there is a gnome, and then sort of a collection of elves, humans, and half-elves, about a dozen people spread around these tables. He's got a dulcimer or a mandolin, one of the two, strung to his back. And as he approaches this crew, he sits down very comfortably. They all seem to know him, but they don't call him Connell. They call him Lan.
Lan?
Mm-hmm.
Let me write that down.
While he's writing that down, Erie, I just want you to know you are very, very close to describing one of a character I played in another campaign. It was a little eerie, and I kept expecting you to be like, "They're calling him Robin." I'm like, "What? No."
No, this is Lan. As he kind of chats at the table, they're talking about classes. They're talking about a performance that they'd seen the previous night. A couple of the girls are excited because Aralim is supposed to perform publicly, which he doesn't do very often. Aralim is one of the Nenmatai. He's a bard who runs the most prestigious bardic school in Maryford.
Oh. Not that Kern would know that.
No, not that. Well, Kern would know who Aralim is, and he would know that Aralim was a bard, but that would be about it. So yeah, he does have all of these people, Connell included. They all have patches on their chests. Yeah. With the insignia, it's like a sewn-on school patch. So they all seem to be from the same bardic college.
Oh God, he's gone degenerate. Oh God. I'm kidding. How the hell? Why isn't he at home?
I assume I didn't see what he was seeing.
You can't see.
Gotcha.
Only the scryer can actually see. Unless he chooses to tell you.
Yeah, I kind of describe what's happening, and I'm just like, and then all of a sudden, like, they're fucking calling him Lan or whatever. They're like, what the hell is going on? How much has changed since I left?
I don't know.
Well,
Sounds...
you would recognize his description of the architecture, Lana.
Gotcha.
So that would immediately trigger for you that he's talking about Maryford.
Gotcha.
And you would probably recognize the insignia as well.
Which is?
The insignia itself is just a picture of a lyre,
Gotcha.
but it's different in that it has mountains in the background, which is strange because Maryford is not a mountainous area. But this one happens to have mountains in the background. It's the College of Serenity Vale.
Oh, I went there.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what? You
Yeah, that's a bardic college. I went there.
went?
Yeah, I'm a bard.
I know. I don't know how these things work. Maybe you ran into him.
I mean, maybe. What'd you say his name was?
Lan. Oh, well, that's what he's calling himself now. His
Oh.
real name's Connell.
Do either of those ring a bell?
Do you describe him physically at all, Kern? Or
Yeah.
just...
Yeah,
Okay.
I do.
Yeah, you know this kid, Lana.
Uh-oh.
You know this kid.
Oh no.
You remember him from school. He's a few years younger than you are, a few years behind you in school. But you knew him as Lan Tulane. And he was one of those he's a 12-year-old that was hitting on high school seniors kind of kid. But in a very charming way. Like, he wasn't predatory or anything, but he very much swaggered through the college, made friends super easily, was actually a decently talented musician, but he was better known for his general social abilities. Like, he always had a ton of friends, and nice, again, very nice kid, but clearly focused on the bard aspect as opposed to the music aspect of being a bard. So yeah, you definitely ran into him a few times, and even if you hadn't, you would have known him by reputation. But supremely popular. He'd only been there a fairly short amount of time before you guys left Maryford. But in that time, in that year and a half, he had made a lot of friends and made quite a reputation for himself as kind of a ladies' man and still an actual promising musician.
Yeah, he was a little shit. Real popular though. A couple years behind me.
Seems like he hasn't changed that much then. What? How our family couldn't afford that?
Wait, is he what part of your family?
He's my brother.
Oh, when you said brother name, I assumed you meant it was some church thing.
No. Like, he's like legitimately my brother.
Oh, I feel bad for calling him a little shit now.
No, it's fine. It's fine. He is a little shit.
All right.
I'll tell you some stories about him later when he was younger, but...
All right. I mean, he was doing well. He had a lot of friends.
Yeah, he had a lot of friends at home too, but... I don't know. He didn't always have the best intentions at times. I need to check in on other people. He's changed this much. Oh god. I can't do anything else tonight though.
Another night then?
Maybe, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Of course. Least I can do.
No problem.
I'm surprised I knew one of your brothers. You had good hair,
Yeah.
it makes sense, but...
Yeah, I was gonna say, Lana, as you look at Kern as you're having this conversation, you can see the family resemblance. The eye color is very different. Lan has very, very striking green eyes, and Kern has blue eyes, but the hair is about the same shade, and they're both Kern and Lan are fairly thin, but they're both kind of in their own ways. Like, Kern is pretty chiseled, and Lancel had a bit of a baby face. He was just a little on the thin side, but you can definitely see there's a family resemblance between the two when you look at him.
And sometimes his hair would move a little even when we were inside, and it all makes sense now.
He was real good at that one cantrip. Yeah, it was. All right.
I'm gonna try to go to bed, even though I know I'm probably not gonna be able to, with all the stuff racing through my mind now. Thank you again.
Yeah, of course, anytime.
Give your sister some time, and then you guys gotta work through it. You'll be stronger for it.
Yeah, I hope so.
Alright. Good
I'm
night.
gonna give Kern a quick little hug before we split.
Aw, hugs for everybody this
I'll give
session.
Lana a hug too.
Yay! All right.
And then I'll fight the temptation to go chew out Davynn for getting high.
I was gonna say, she walked past this crew talking about rats.
Oh my god, Kern! You're back!
Yes,
We're gonna make a giant undead rat. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna carry all our shit.
Oh my god.
No.
Kern, let's just take the dead rat away from here.
But,
I can't agree more.
Oh,
no,
it's leaving already.
You've got again, and also the rat.
Yoink!
God.
Hey, wait.
Nothing out of here.
No.
Oh, there it goes. Bye, magic rat.
Ugh, that's okay.
I can make more
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Oh no.
All right. So unless anyone has any pressing business, we'll close on.
I would like to make a canon that when Davynn gets high on Mooshnik's supply, he
Yes.
also gains Mooshnik's accent.
Okay. That would be a very Davin thing to do, actually. That would be...
Actually, I'd like to do something.
Okay, go ahead.
Now that Xylund is super high and feeling expansive, he's gonna think it's a good idea to try to mend fences with Lily.
Oh, Lord. Oh, heaven help us.
So he staggers off looking for whatever corner she's hiding in.
Okay. All right. So everyone else is sort of breaking up and going to their respective areas to hunker down for the evening as a stoned Xylund
I do not
Wanders.
find her.
wanders his way over to Lily.
Lily
can't
actually
see this
manages
going
to hide from him.
anything But amazingly.
Christ. And we pray. All right, go ahead.
No, I can't find her. She hid from me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I
you
rolled a
did.
12, you rolled a
Oh,
6.
no. All right.
Lily's
Well,
gonna hear
Lily's-
him clinking and is gonna just curl into a tighter ball and just not make a sound.
Lily,
Like she's gonna hold her
Wizard-
breath and everything.
Tiefling wizard lady. I think that maybe what I said, the second thing, undercut the first thing, the nice thing. So I just like to say the nice thing still stands, although so does the second thing. So work that out yourself. Okay, goodbye.
Oh my god! That was the most horrible.
I'm sorry, but I'm not really sorry.
Sorry, but I'm not sorry. I just want you to
are you
like
sure
me
you should
more.
be doing that?
What I'm being diplomatic.
I don't think you are, actually. Maybe wait until the morning when you get sobered up a bit.
You know what? I'm gonna draw her a horse and then give her the picture, and it's gonna be better.
That's a good idea.
Do you like horses, Lily?
Art is truly the way of the world.
Everyone.
I like
likes
to think
horses,
that
what
they're
am
in
I
the
saying?
same room as Lily. They just
Yeah, I do too.
and
Like
she's
they're
just
all
sitting
just
there like terrified.
Like
Yeah.
still just standing in the hallway talking, and Lily's just like, "What the
Yep.
fuck?"
Lily's like hiding in a corner. I'm standing in the hallway yelling back out into the clan hall at Davin and Mooshnik as they're having this conversation. All right.
Lily is going to remain, like, once everybody leaves and passes out, she is going to remain where she is. She's going to just be quietly thinking and then eventually fall into an uncomfortable sleep against the hard wall.
All right. So everyone manages at some point to drop off. You guys have had a pretty long, pretty exhausting day. What with all the conversations and drug use and murder.
And killing Green Eyes, yeah.
And
Yeah,
killing
that
Green
one.
Eyes and talking to a golem and getting treasure and yeah. For those who still have their perception, the consistent thump that you guys have heard the entire time that you've been in this chamber from the marrow, it never stops. It's still ongoing. Something that sort of punctuates the otherwise completely just dead silent clan hall and this little bedroom area where you guys have taken up. So you do sleep. Again, the sword does act as a warning, and in this particular instance, the sword of no has not gone off. So you're okay. But you managed to wake up in the morning fairly unscathed. What is it that you would like to do from here?
So I think we
Lily.
need this. Oh, sorry.
Lily
Don't
is
worry.
gonna wake up fairly early because it's not comfortable sleeping against, underground cave
Yeah.
rock.
I would say there's no more furniture anymore, so yeah, you guys are pretty well screwed for bedding.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, at least they have their bedrolls. Lily left without hers and just slept without it. So she's gonna just be kind of wrapping herself up in her trench coat because she's cold, and she's gonna just make her way back. And she's gonna try and wake Davynn up. He's probably hungover, but hopefully he's sober by now.
I don't know if these are like a clean thing. Do they leave clean, Mooshnik?
He's snoring in the corner.
I'm asking Twinki, or
Oh.
whoever wants to answer for this.
What about the who what now?
Do they
Are
leave?
they like...
Do they leave clean or do they leave you hungover?
Clean. those are his special meditation mushrooms.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try and wake Davynn up.
Oh, hey, hi.
Gonna just crouch down. So, I have studied this to the best of, well, my ability to study it is a little limited due to our location. I have all the resources I could use, but, from what I have been able to determine,
Uh-huh.
only one of your bloodline can use it, can even attune to it. And at its most basic function is to make a pocket dimension, as you already knew.
So, question then. If we previously saw a kobold using it, does that mean that I might be related to that kobold?
No, so only you can unlock its actual capacity. Like I said, the pocket dimension is its most base level, and that's something that someone else could do. I'm not sure if everybody could do it. It might be hit or miss, but nobody could properly use it except for you or someone of your blood. Well,
Okay.
your mother probably couldn't use it because, it has to be Marin blood, but
Right, yeah.
Someone of-
the side of my bloodline that people care about.
Well,
I
the
mean-
Marin as opposed to from.
I care
Whitfeld.
about your mom, Davynn. I care about your mom a lot.
You're all asleep.
Not as much as Ulrich.
Xylund mutters in his sleep.
Yeah.
Davynn,
Should we go somewhere else?
if you like. And she's gonna stand up and lead him to her sulking corner.
Okay.
Davynn, it doesn't matter what everyone else cares about. It matters what you care about.
Mm-hmm.
You're, whenever you introduce yourself, you never introduce yourself as Davynn Marin or Davynn Vochan, do you? You're Davynn from Whitfeld.
Yeah, that's... Have I? He thinks back for a second. I have before when I needed to use the name for something, but yeah, I'm Davynn from Whitfeld.
Exactly. So, the only reason why your blood should matter is because family is family. But beyond that, it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. It just matters what you care about.
Okay. That's a
And
good
your
point.
mother is a lovely woman. And
I'm glad so many people in the party think so.
and she's gonna pull the dragon orb out of her pouch. So, I think the only way this could be... I think this... As far as I can tell, this will not be dangerous for you. And I may not be great with people, but I have come to know all of you at least somewhat through our journeys, and I know that you have a good heart, and you will not misuse or abuse this power, if you even use it at all.
That
However,
means a lot. Thanks.
it is yours. It belongs to you and nobody else. And so, don't let the others pressure you into anything. Alright? And certainly don't let them take it from you. It's yours.
Okay. It's a good point. Thanks.
And
Glad to know that
she's
you
gonna,
were on my side with that one.
and she's gonna grab his hand and gently place the dragon orb into his hand. Davynn, I've always been on your side in this regard. It's the way that they. I understand they were just trying to look out for you, but to me it feels much the same as when Xylund threw my cat into a vat of acid without even asking me one way or the other how I felt about it. It's yours, and you should have a say in where it goes. If you want to destroy it, we can do that. If you want to stash it away someplace safe, that can be done as well. If you think that after exploring it and understanding exactly what it does, it can be useful, then do that. At the end of the day, you should make that decision.
Okay. Cool. Thanks. And thanks for checking it for if it's safe or not. Do you want something like in return for this? I have this. I
What?
take out the gem
No,
of brightness.
I don't need. I did this because I will admit I was curious. And it could help me with my research, but the primary reason why I did that is because I wanted to not only prove that it was okay for you to have it, so that people would stop bothering you about it, but also because I wanted to make sure that you would be alright. I didn't do it for compensation.
All right. Well, now that I do have it, though, if you feel like you need something that I can do, I'm sure we can, take some time to do that before I ended up deciding what to do with it. Just putting it out there. And also, you could still have this if you want it. I thought of one word, and it's flash, and that's basically all.
What is it that Davynn's holding out?
Gem of brightness.
Oh. Thank you, Davynn. I'll be sure to use it well. And if we can find the resources to study it more effectively, I would appreciate that, but and that would be to both of our benefit. But if we can't, then I can't get much more from it myself. It's not meant for me.
I suppose. But also, like, I'm pretty sure what it was meant for doesn't matter beyond what it can, who's allowed to use it, and even then, maybe we can do something about that.
Absolutely. You clearly have some magical ability of your own. I think two of us together could probably unlock a lot of its secrets, but it would have to be a lot of safety measures in place, and again, resources and equipment and location. It's not something to do on the road. But I think the two of us together could probably learn a lot. If
Well,
you're in.
Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely interested in trying this thing out. Learning more about it. Using it in the responsible manner. Trying to get out in a responsible manner. What was that thing you mentioned? Attunement?
Yes. Any magical object, which I understand that the rest of our group didn't know this, because magical objects being rare, any magical object, well, most magical objects you use require you to attuned to its wavelength, its magical wavelength, so to speak. Basically, it takes half an hour for you to create a bond of sorts with it.
Okay,
That's what you were doing when you first held it before they took it from you, so you weren't able to complete it.
I can try to do it now, I guess. Now that I've got it back.
You absolutely can. I wanted to give it to you now when everyone else was still asleep so that they wouldn't raise a fuss or anything. But if you would like to attune to it now, you would have the time.
Alright, sounds good. Do you want to stick around in case something goes wrong and I turn evil or something?
Of course.
If I do, I give you permission to beat me up. Try to beat me up.
I will.
Before I go.
I will keep a close watch to ensure that does not happen.
Alright, while we're out here away from the rest of the group, I think I'm going to try to attune to the Dragon Orb.
Okay.
And I'm gonna keep a careful eye just to make sure nothing unexpected happens or anything goes wrong.
Alrighty. So Davynn, you hold your dragon orb once more and sit with it in contemplation. And you always get odd sensations when you focus on the orb. It's like multiple people all talking to you at once. Their voices all overlap, and it gets difficult to separate out exactly who's saying what. But there's always very distinct voices that you get. There's a very deep, rumbling kind of voice, and you're not even sure it's speaking common. And there is another, much kinder voice, skewing more to the female side, that tends to override it, talk on top of it to where they get tangled, and you're not sure exactly what they're trying to communicate to you. But the longer that you hold it, the more you can kind of feel that sensation creep up your arm. It's the same one you felt when you first started growing scales. Kind of that weird under the skin itch that you can't get to. And it feels that same sensation, except it's not just under the skin. It feels like it's in your very veins the longer you hold this thing. It's not unpleasant, it's just bizarre. And you see snippets of, well, what Corin and Annie saw. Outlines of a massive draconic form in the background, red light cast behind it. They don't last long. They sort of poof in and poof out. You see it as if from very far away. And then it's almost like somebody rips the book away. The picture's gone almost immediately. And you're left with just darkness again. So it's you always get very confusing imagery with this sucker. But you feel calmer when you hold it. The longer you hold it, the calmer you feel, and that burning sensation dies, and the pictures become less sporadic, and even the voices kind of dull themselves down to a roar.
Sorry about that.
And and Kern comes flying in.
I can never remember what it is to close the.
I think it's the gear wheel that closes it and the speech bubble that posts it, but I don't remember.
You got to click on the actual words to close it. I thought the speech bubble opened it up. Sorry.
So yes. No, you're fine. But yeah, as the picture sort of fade from view and the sensation dies away, you think you understand it a little bit better. You're still not entirely sure how to use it, but you feel sort of a sense of command over it, like you're gaining a little bit of power. And you remember very distinctly that moment in the bottom of the Kobold lair when one of them released those shadow dogs from it. And you can see how that would work. You could see how you might be able to do the same thing. Like, it doesn't even seem that hard. Just point it, make it happen. And that's all you get.
Just a clarifying question about how big is this orb?
Yours about the size of a softball.
Okay.
It's a big pewter, so it's got some heft to it, but it's a lot lighter than it looks.
When Davynn
Lily?
finishes, yes.
This is possibly completely a jump that my brain made while doing this, but how would you feel about going out to shop for a change of clothes at some point?
Well, these are becoming a bit tattered, which is unfortunate because they're new, so I wouldn't mind. Why?
Well, I kind of want to make it that now, but
Just a little bit.
I feel like I should get something cooler now that I have this. Also, these ones might be a little bit dirty.
Yeah,
There's lots of poop on them. Some of it might be mine. I couldn't
That's
tell
true.
at this point.
It is true. He is still filthy from hanging in that pit.
Yes, we've had quite the trying time, haven't we? If I can find a copy of a prestidigitation, I could potentially make that no longer a problem for us, but unfortunately, things being what they are.
I just want a cape, though. Like, I really want a cape.
Well, we can find you a cape. If you'd like, and if it would set your mind at ease, there's a spell I can use to basically detect thoughts. I could see if there's anything in there that's different. Might set your mind at ease.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. I'm gonna use detect thoughts.
Alrighty.
And I'm assuming because he's willing, it's fine if I probe deeper.
Well, I mean, you might want to ask before you probe deeper.
Well,
That's just polite.
That's what I'm doing. Like I will ask. I just want to make sure that there's nothing that seems unnatural or doesn't belong in his head. I'm not trying to pry or anything.
I might need a slightly more restrictive definition of what doesn't belong in Davynn's head.
Okay.
Because
So
there's a lot in there.
I'm gonna let him know what I'm doing, and I'm gonna ask him if it's okay to go deeper. But I'm basically looking for something that doesn't feel like Davynn, like something that would be like something that seems like it's been implanted, I guess. Something that doesn't feel
Like if there's another personality or something inside.
yeah, like something that feels like it's been grafted, something that doesn't feel natural, something that's not something he could have come to on his own. And I'm gonna ask his permission before going deeper.
Okay.
I will give it hesitantly.
Well, I mean, everything as you poke around in there, it all seems homogenous. Like it would be difficult. It's just Davynn in there for as much as you can tell. Like all the thoughts that you find, even upon a deeper probe, all seem to be Davynn.
Okay.
You don't sense any other concurrent thoughts, just his.
Okay. I'm gonna exit his mind and remove my fingers from his temples where I place them.
You might have gotten a bit more than you expected from Davynn.
I made very sure to not pry into everything. I was basically just looking for things that didn't feel like Davynn, is all. Which is why Eerie didn't say
Right.
anything.
Yeah. It's there's an awful lot swimming around in there, but it all seems to come from the same source.
Well, if it's any consolation, you're all alone up there. There doesn't appear to be any influence from outside. means. And don't worry, I did not invade your privacy. I was just looking for things that were not from you. I wasn't looking at anything
okay.
that was from
Okay.
you.
Good. So you don't know about Satana then?
Who?
Never mind. Nobody.
Well, you
Cool,
are
thanks.
entitled.
Gonna go
You
back
are-
to sleep now.
You're
Dad
welcome.
runs away.
Lily's just gonna stand there confused. You're welcome. Alright. Later then. And she's gonna return to the group and just wrap up in her tattered and torn trench coat.
Alright, so the rest of the crew is slowly, groggily, differing levels of sobriety, bringing themselves awake. Again, I imagine that most of you would have camped within or around the bedroom, since it's probably the freshest air.
And that's also where
Anywhere.
the tiny hut is.
Down here, yeah, that's where Tiny Hut is down there. So, yeah, again, this is still very much a free form kind of thing. So, your next moves are totally up to you. If you'd like to have a strategery session to decide what those are, go ahead.
I'm gonna
Well-
shoot my grappling gun up the chimney just to make sure we can get out.
Up the hole.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you trying to hook on the side, or are you just going to shoot it straight up and see if it passes through?
I want to ideally hook on the outer lip.
Okay. Roll your attack for that, please.
If he's doing that, he'll probably notice the rope that's hanging down.
Yeah, he probably will.
Well, we'll say that my eyes are still covered with sleep gunk because I fire my.
Lily is
Uh,
making tea and having a cigarette.
Yes, you can. Not only can you launch your grapple, and it does hook on the lip, with some of the teeth going outside of the hole, so there's no barrier that you can discern. You also do notice as you are aiming that there is a rope.
Well, I trust my rope more than I trust Elric's rope.
I
so
understand.
I'll just...
I understand, but you do see it.
Okay.
Oh, shit, that was the wrong person.
Does anyone have any eggs?
No.
No.
Well, we need to remember to carry eggs with us now that we have a mushroom guy. Mushroom omelets, guys.
Oh! Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Can we carry a chicken with us?
Yeah, actually, that'd probably be easier. That way we wouldn't have to, store the eggs.
Exactly.
Note to self, buy chicken.
Oh, and
Gayle,
guys,
write that. Oh,
Xylund and me were talking, and we think we should go back to Greylock next.
Okay.
That makes sense.
We have to check in
Um,
there anyways, and
what-
maybe Nasali can
what-
figure out something more about the Dragon Orb, since we don't entirely know what it does yet. At least not its full potential.
Yeah.
Well,
Should we
if
let people
that's-
know that we're coming back?
well, we do have those stones to talk to Kat, don't we?
I can also talk to her.
Oh, well, we could give her a heads up either way then.
You talk with a cat?
Yep.
Oh,
By the way, what are we
strange.
going to do with him?
Bring him along. He grows mushrooms.
Yeah, and he was really helpful in the fight.
Aye, that I am.
He can also do undead, so that's could
Aye,
be
that
useful.
I can.
Well, that's a little bit less
That's
helpful in
not selling
Greylock.
point
Yeah.
in his favor.
Let's not bring that into Greylock.
Well, we
Yeah.
won't mention it, but
You see, that's the problem with big institutions like Greylock and other large cities. They just don't understand that undeath is a part of life.
So,
Actually, it's a spit in the eye to life, but that's not important here and there.
But
So,
you just
uh,
you made the argument that
so there's one. Is there anywhere that we can store some things before going into Greylock? I don't know about all of you, but I would much prefer to not be burned at the stake, or whatever horrible, cruel methods of murder they've come up with these days.
well, I've had some success with shoving things up my butt. You could try that.
Let's not put the Dragon Orb up there. Thank you.
You
Hey,
see,
Darren.
that's why I always have me a brumble nearby so I can stick it in his chest cavity. He doesn't
Lily-
need
Oh.
a tummy for nothing.
Oh wait, we can't
Lily
do
is
that.
going to completely ignore what Xylund said, and look to Kern and Davynn. For instance, my book is technically a magical artifact and has some very obviously arcane things inside of it.
Well, we could stop off at the Bloodwell.
I don't feel comfortable leaving my book there.
We could stop off at
Yeah.
my home.
I would feel much more comfortable leaving my things there. Also, there's some journals
pretty
that
far, It's a pretty far.
Yeah, that's a bit out of the way.
Yeah. Also, if they find
Honestly-
your book with Davynn's mom, that's going to be really unfortunate.
In a
True,
city
it is right
with the
next
Church of
to.
Rildis.
That is
Yeah.
very fair.
I think that we
I
just need
just-
to rely on a diplomatic community from Nisali.
Yeah, we got Nasali looking out for us. Presumably her umbrella can extend to you if we ask her
Hmm?
nicely.
If you're sure, I would.
Plus, I
Very
can
well.
ask Kat, like, if she could give us some overhead cover.
Well, I think we know what Kat's gonna say to that.
She's
Let's-
gonna
let's
sigh and
surprise
call
her.
us idiots. That's,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but also she seems weirdly okay with magic stuff for somebody in the Argent Order.
She's in the Argent Order. You want to tell her about me?
She knows about me already, don't worry.
Yeah, she's a
Yeah,
secret owl.
yeah.
Okay. Well,
I won't say she's
um,
cool, but she is, good with this stuff.
Oh, she smokes a lot too, so you have that in common.
Oh,
Well-
that's handy.
I will trust all of you.
So does that mean we're best friends now, since we're trusting each other?
Still ignoring Xylund.
Hey, if
and
something
also,
goes down, we'll be there to watch out for you guys, alright?
Thank you.
I trust it.
Right, I'm here in case anything happens to anybody.
This applies to you too, Mooshnik.
Oh
In
wait,
case
maybe we
you
should
end up, setting off any alarm bells.
I think it might. I think it might be easier bringing him along with us since he knows a lot now. Better to keep him under tabs. No offense to you, but
He can
See
be
how it
useful.
is.
he also tends to talk just a little bit, and I'm worried about who he might end up talking to if we
Oh,
let him
yeah,
go on his
Kern's
merry way.
By the way,
I've never talked to anyone I should talk to something about known in real life.
detect
Now,
magic
don't you be
is-
thinking that just because I sometimes like to get a little happy, I'm not going to shut up when the time requires it.
Well, to be fair, you
You
do
see,
talk
that's
quite
exactly
a
what I
lot,
mean
and
right
I
there.
do
You're
see
trying to step on the
Kern's
boat
point
right
here
there.
because
You haven't
the
done a
thing
thing.
is, you kind of just start babbling on, and then your stream of consciousness just continues on. Oh my god, it's so much easier now.
You see? It's contagious.
I think we don't have to worry so much about him talking because that would imply that he comprehends what's going on in the first
What's
place.
going on now?
Hey,
What'd you say?
See,
Who are you?
Gary,
Don't be long.
Gary,
Yes.
question.
Yes.
If you cast non-detection on a person, does that also cover all of their things?
Let us see.
It says for the duration you hide a target that you touch from divination magic. The target can be I'll just post it in the
Yeah, so
chat.
you can post it for me. I'm gonna look it up
Yeah.
in my book, but
Yeah, it can be a willing creature or a place or an object no larger than 10 feet. Cannot be targeted by divination magic or perceived through magical scrying sensors. It wouldn't make much sense if you're making it a person if somebody can then divine an object that they have on them. That would
Well,
kinda
again, to
defeat the
divine an
purpose.
object, though, you have to be familiar with the object. So you wouldn't be able
Well,
to say, I'm not looking for Lily, but I'm looking for rope and find Lily. It would have to be something in particular, like your spell book or something like that.
I was thinking more like, for instance, detect magic is divination, and you're not able something that is protected by non-detection can't be detected by detect magic.
Let me see.
Because I think with most spells, when you target yourself or a person with
Well, detect
non-detection,
magic is an
it
area
considers-
effect. So Let's see.
Would it
bear's
also
magic.
count as a magical scrying sensor though? Because you can't even be perceived through that. Like, it's supposed to protect. So the first part is, it says you hide a target that you touch from divination magic.
Mm-hmm.
Which implies to me that it's saying you can't be targeted, you can't be perceived through magical scrying sensors, which are also an area of effect, which would also include scrying. So I assumed that would also apply.
Well, Scry has a save attached to it anyway.
Well, I was thinking, well, clairvoyance is a scrying sensor, for instance.
Right.
And you can't be perceived by that.
Well, that's true.
So that's why I'm asking, because I think most spells that target a person consider all of their things that they're carrying
But
as
I
part
wouldn't.
of them.
I wouldn't consider non-detection though, because it is either a person or an object. So you could either hide yourself or you can hide your spell book, but you couldn't hide both.
It's not concentration, so you could do both.
Well, I guess that's correct. If you wanted to do multiple castings, sure.
Okay, so in light of that, I'm gonna say, well, one thing that would definitely ease my mind and make this a lot easier is, I have a spell that will protect from divination magic, including things like detect magic, scrying, scrying sensors, basically anything in that school of magic.
Okay.
And I can apply it to anything we possess that is magical.
Okay.
Now, that won't stop an inspection from saying, oh yes, these are definitely arcane symbols, she must be a witch, burn her. But it will stop anybody who's just casting detect magic from saying, oh, they're lighting up like a Christmas tree, let's go see what's going on with them.
That's fair.
Works for me.
And it lasts for 8 hours.
Okay. Sounds good.
Well, what do we actually have that's arcane? Just so we know how many times we have to use this.
I think probably spellbook, definitely the
The
dragon orb.
The sword,
Oh, right, this, yeah.
the sword, the cloak, the
I don't think
pearl
the
of power.
items being magical are necessarily a bad thing.
Aren't like healing potions illegal?
Healing potions are highly illegal. Anything with an arcane source,
Wait,
Trust
why
me.
are they illegal? That seems dumb.
because it requires arcane magic to make them.
But you can make them using non-arcane magic. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, who's gonna know the difference?
The problem is, it's just assumed that they're arcane. Because, and trust me,
How about we
part of
just
it-
put everything in a bag and then we cast non-detection
Yeah.
on the bag?
Let's do that.
How about you guys do that, and I will just take my chances.
I want to keep this thing. So...
Well, I would be comfortable putting all of my magical items and objects inside your bag, Davynn, if you are comfortable with it.
Yeah, okay. I'm okay with that.
Would that work, Eerie? Placing the spell on a bag and having all the stuff inside the bag?
It depends on the bag.
Like how
You
do you
should
mean?
use the dragon orb to create a pocket dimension inside the bag.
Yeah.
You mean
Is-
like a
is
bag
it-
of holding?
Well, no, like just
Yeah.
I don't think we have one of those. So it would have
You
to
don't?
We
be
definitely don't.
bag.
We definitely don't.
We should, but we don't.
Where would we get
Are
one?
Get
You-
one.
Positive.
I'm pretty sure we have one.
Do we
Our
have a
DM
bag
is
of holding?
suggesting we have one.
I don't have one. Who has a bag of holding?
I don't.
Not it. I've got brewer's supplies. That's the same thing.
I mean, you didn't give Lily a bag of holding, otherwise she wouldn't have had to give Lana some of her books when we did the party split.
No, that was like a recent thing.
Oh!
Definitely.
Oh, I know who does. Fuck.
Ulrich does.
It's me.
No.
That's where I found all this stuff.
All right.
So if we put it all inside
damn
of
it.
if we put it all inside of Lana's bag of holding and then cast non-detection on the bag
I'm
of
adding
holding,
this to my
that would
inventory
work.
before I forget.
Christ.
Hey, to be fair, I wasn't here last session.
That's true. Neither Nex, for those of you listening at home, neither Nex nor Sid were here for that
I take
session. But the rest
responsibility
of
for
you
this
were.
Okay, so if we put everything inside of Lana's bag of holding and then cast non-detection on that, since the bag of holding is technically a pocket dimension, that
Correct.
would work.
Yes.
I love how there's
Here.
now no limit on the
What?
amount of crap
I
I
will-
can pick up.
What happens
I-
if I put the dimensional shackles in the bag of holding?
Well, the dimensional shackles don't create another dimension. The dimensional shackles are specifically designed to hold creatures that are extra plane here, so it wouldn't do anything.
We should have
That's
snapped these things on that guy who was teleporting around.
Yeah, you guys have stuff. I give you stuff.
Yeah. I have this bracelet I haven't used too, and I went to really great lengths.
Well, that bracelet
Oh, God.
may be
That
forever
bracelet should not
corrupted.
be
I don't know.
Davynn, if you would like to continue holding on to the orb, I could place a separate spell on that.
Yeah,
Um,
that sounds like a good
And
idea.
that would keep the item capable of creating a pocket dimension out of the pocket dimension. Bad things
Yeah,
happen.
that could be
when you
bad.
put- extremely bad things happen when you put pocket dimensions inside of pocket dimensions.
Oh,
Like black hole bad.
oh. Okay, I'm glad you're here because I definitely didn't know that.
Yes. I mean, it would have to create the pocket dimension, but let's not risk. Yes. And then of course, there is another thing that's going to need a non-detection spell. That will be addressed when we get to Greylock.
Xylund,
Yes.
stop.
I like
Please.
to
Yes,
think that the
Xylund is
conversation
barking.
in silence happened because we all stopped talking to stare at Xylund as he
Exactly.
summons a rat and stomps on it.
I'm not gonna help you control rats if you keep killing them.
I just killed that one to make up for the one you let go. Now we're even. The karmic
It's
balance
not
has
how
just been restored.
Oh god.
Okay, so
Like a fucking
you guys have your powwow
broken piece of
session.
glass.
You've decided which way you want to go.
To Greylock.
To Greylock.
Greylock.
Going to
Greylock.
Greylock. All right.
So I do think that we should probably let Kat know that we're coming back.
Oh yeah, that...
Yeah, probably a good
Yeah.
idea.
Oh, before we leave, should we let the marrow out so it can fuck shit up?
No!
No.
Davynn,
They can deal with. They're dwarves. They can deal with a bunch of rocks in the way, right?
Well, that's a bit racist.
I'm sorry. This is a new one. I haven't been traveling with dwarves for very long, so I haven't worked out what's not
Oh,
racist
so what you're
with them
saying
yet.
is you normally talk about dwarves this way. When we
I mean,
aren't around to
no.
hear your words.
Oh god, it's
No,
happening
you know
again.
what? I think I'm going to take back everything nice I ever said about you.
Davynn, could I speak to you a moment? As everyone's packing up and getting ready to go, I'm gonna draw Davynn to the side.
Yes, please.
I'm gonna draw him out of eye shot and hopefully earshot. Now, I don't need to hold it, but if you could just hold the orb out, I think it would be best if people couldn't scry for it.
Sure. Yeah.
And I'm gonna place a non-detection on it. Just so that nobody can scry for this orb and follow us.
Do you have the diamond dust for that?
Oh, is that? Oh,
It's
shit.
yeah, verbal component
Yeah.
of 25 gold.
Nope.
No.
But we can pick it up
I'm
on
gonna have
Greylock.
to. I'm gonna have to buy it.
Yep.
Could probably.
And I
pick
also
it up
have to
along the way.
buy. And I also have to buy incense and
you
charcoal.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I owe you
Nice.
10 gold.
All of
You guys
this,
have been in the field for a long time.
all of this money that I got is about to go away, and it's consumed too. Damn it!
Dude,
He'll be
Wait,
fine.
wait.
I've got
Don't we have diamonds?
so many things I need to buy for
No.
spells.
Damn it.
Yeah.
We have
If we had
other
diamonds,
things.
they'd be in a Revivify fund.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They
Well,
would be
if
in a
they-
lockbox.
Kern and I can both bring back the dead now, so we should really start investing in diamonds.
They could be worth less than 300 GP.
Yeah, you have no diamonds, unfortunately. None of the gemstones you have found thus far have been diamonds.
Damn it all. Oh well. Next time.
We got cool stuff.
We'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to need to stop somewhere and purchase some diamonds I can grind up into dust.
Okay. So everyone's packed up. We're ready to rock and roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can use this rope that I just shot up there, or you can use Ulrich's stupid rope. I'll let you guys decide. I won't judge you depending on which rope you choose, probably.
I don't have the physical strength to climb the rope, so I'm just gonna levitate.
Oh, okay, that works too.
So Lily is gonna just levitate herself up as high as she can.
Okay.
And then once she reaches the 20-foot maximum, she's gonna like just start using the levitate to climb up the.
Well, it's not that tall. Again, you have to.
Oh.
This is dwarf stuff. This is all dwarven construction. So you only need to go up about 10 feet, and then you actually come through the hole into a wooded area.
Okay, so that's what I do.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good trick. Yeah, you mind giving me a lift?
I will do the same for Mooshnik.
Oh, thank you much.
Oh, I
Hey.
can cast that through the loot if we want to do that and not burn spell slots. Too late.
I mean, it's too late.
I'll
You should do it
I'll
on
be a
me
guinea pig
anyways.
for Lana's levitate though.
Oh, I mean, I can do it once per day through the loot. I should clarify.
Okay, never mind.
So maybe the really heavy armor guy.
I also have decent I can.
Too
climb
late, you're
decently.
flying.
Something has changed. I'm defying gravity.
Lord. Alright. I'll pop you guys over here. So you... Davynn, get out of here with that.
Davynn, so hot right now.
Yeah, so hot. As you all managed by magical or mundane means to scramble your way out of yeah, exactly, out of the hole. And again, you find yourself in a kind of hilly, sparsely wooded area. Looks fairly normal. You don't think it's a wild magic zone. You don't see any purple grass or anything. You do see a large rock where the rope, where Ulrich's rope, was secured, as well as appears to be a small bundle.
I'ma take the bundle.
I'm
Look
gonna
at
get
it.
there. I'm gonna get there first.
Let her do
What's inside the bundle, Eerie?
What's inside the bundle?
it. In the box.
What's in the box? The bundle has 2 packets
Mhm.
with letters. One for Lily, one for Lana.
Okay. I'm gonna toss the one for Lana over my shoulder in Lana's general direction.
I will pick it up.
All right. Give me 1 second.
And I'm going to walk away from the groups a little bit to read mine.
All right. Okay, your letters will be incoming in private message, so you can
Ooh.
decide what you'd like to disclose. For the rest of you, it appears to be early morning. you can see in the ground the charred footprints, hoof prints, coming from one direction.
Fucking Ponyta.
The last remnants of the beautiful creature that was Ponyta.
Good riddance.
But other than that, you don't see or hear anything else out of the ordinary. There's remnants of birdsong. Again, it's still fairly early in the morning, so quite a bit that's going on. But you don't hear any sounds of civilization or anything. You seem to be pretty far out into the boons.
Far out, man.
So if we head south, we should hit a road.
Yeah.
Presumably.
Presumably.
Should I tell Kat that we're coming back?
Yep.
Okay.
Don't tell her too much else, I guess. Well, I'll leave it up to you.
A short message, 25 words or less. I'll tap into the mystic, magical telecommunication lines in the sky. And I'll be like, "Hey, Kat. We're finally done with what we were going to be doing, and good news is we're heading back to Greylock. Just thought we'd let you know."
Kisses, silent.
You can reply to this message.
Silent sends his love.
Oh, tell her we have new friends.
We'll get to that later.
Yeah, and you
I don't
guys
think
run
Cat
out of
likes
words.
new people.
No, yeah, no.
I always imagine, for those of you who haven't watched Critical Role, there's an ongoing joke whenever someone tries to use message and they have that word limit,
Yeah.
that Laura Bailey cuts in and starts to ramble. Oh yeah, say this, and oh yeah, say this, and oh yeah, say this, and they run out of words. That's how I imagine you guys sending looks like every time. There's 8 of you all trying to leave messages.
And Kern's just going through like what he wants to do and is just getting distracted.
Yeah, he's just got these people in his ear. All right, Lily and Lana, are you good?
Yeah, Lily's gonna walk back sniffling and rubbing her eyes as she tucks the letter in her bag.
Allergies?
And she ignores Xylund.
What did it say?
It was Ulrich saying goodbye.
Yeah.
Why did he leave again?
Mainly because he felt unwelcome. He felt maligned and mistrusted and genuinely feared for his safety.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but either way, he's gone.
Yes.
Okay. Is he alright? Like, is he safe?
Yeah, probably.
He's
Pretty good at that.
he seems fine in the letter.
He's going
at
back
least.
to Marston, so.
He seems fine.
Okay. Well, that's good, I guess.
So are we having a moment in memory of Ulrich, or are we moving on?
No, he's fine.
Can we play the song from Titanic?
No. That's a hard pass. Oh God.
Oh, no.
I'll take it.
Lily is going to very quietly just move to the back of the group and just look expectantly at everybody that she's not ignoring. So
How many people is that?
Mooshnik,
2?
Mooshnik, Davynn, and Kern. She looks at those 3 and like, are we going?
I don't suppose why not. It's a bit weird around here with the underground cavern full of dead things. I'd like to be gone.
Yeah, sounds good to me. I don't really want to go.
Did you
Stay
want
around
to
here with that
poop
much
down the
longer.
hole before we leave, Kern?
You see Kern just like scratching his head with like a puzzled look on his face and like pacing back and forth.
What's going on?
Oh,
I think
did
Kern's
you get a
constipated.
message from Kat?
No,
You
that's
know, I got
the thing.
things
No,
for
I haven't gotten a
constipation.
response back from her.
Oh, did I tell you that
Oh,
shit
that's
is
not
crazy in Greylock?
I know, but like I thought that's why she wanted us back.
How crazy are we talking? Just
Oh, the city's
clear.
under quarantine.
Like usually when I've like sent something to her before, she's responded. Granted, she's basically yelled at us and called us a fucking idiots because you know that's their favorite thing to do. At the very least, I just get an overwhelming sense of disappointment from her. But this is just nothing at all.
Well, I guess
I
we
hope
better.
she's just ignoring us and like some sort of like I don't know.
and
Thinks that if she doesn't respond to us, she's like making us wait as long as we made her wait for. But
I
she's
doubt
not dead
that's it.
or anything.
Oh, she's.
Yeah, a question about something. Do we actually do we know if the user cannot be reached? Like, do we know that the spell failed and stuff?
Oh, I know that I sent it.
Yeah, there's as far as the spellcaster goes, because Kern asked the same question. There is, you can feel the difference between a spell that fizzles and a spell that works properly, and this spell worked properly. If he had been trying to connect with somebody that could not have responded, the spell would have fizzled.
Oh, so she's alive. She's just
So
either
she again
preoccupied.
it worked in as much as the spell completed, but you received no response. So construe that however you want. It could have she could be in an area where she cannot respond for various reasons. She could be totally just ignoring you. That is always a possibility, particularly with Kat. There's a myriad of reasons for why she did not respond, but as far as whether it was a failure on the spell part, you know for a fact that it did complete, like it did send properly.
Awesome.
Well, we won't find out waiting around here.
Yeah. Well, should. From what Xylund said, being into Greylock is going to be hard, so we need somebody on the inside that might be able to get us out in.
I have connections.
Hopefully they won't examine.
Yeah, you do. Davynn like hits him on the shoulder.
That's more
Hopefully
of
they.
a... Okay, I'll let it go.
Hopefully they won't search people too closely on entry.
I'm a paladin of Grenin. That'll be fine.
Also kind of have a connection. It was one day.
Oh wait, did you also have a romantic connection in Greylock?
No. I ended up going to a temple of Inelline for a day just to see what the hell all this stuff was about.
Well, we won't know how to get in until we find out what obstacles are in our way. So
What's going on?
Let's
Yeah.
hit the road.
All right. So you guys decide to go south?
Yeah.
well, we could go more sort of southwest, I guess.
Wherever
we're
Greylock is.
It's west, southwest.
Yeah, we'll head southwest, and then once the stars come out, I can pull out my navigator tools and like try to figure out where we are with the stars.
Mm-hmm. And for the sake of continuity, I don't have a cool map, but well, that will be our overland travel music. So yeah, you can go ahead and roll your navigator's tools, Kern.
What stat do you want with that?
Intelligence.
Oh no.
It's okay. I've got proficiency in it.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's good at it. He doesn't always understand it, but he's good at it.
All right. Big money, no whammies.
Take a bardic
and-
inspiration on that real fast.
I was about to ask. Yeah.
Can I assist?
Oh,
look
he's
at that,
fine.
though.
Look at how
I don't
smart
need
he
you
is.
to.
He's smooth. Look at that. So
1d, what, 8?
Yeah, D8.
yeah.
That's a 7.
Wow. Holy crap. Okay.
So
Nice.
good.
So good. So not only is Kern able to discern exactly which direction you need to go, because you don't know exactly where you are in terms of, map of Akari in your head, but you do know where Greylock is.
And I know, like,
And-
the latitude that we're at.
Yeah,
and
you
stuff.
know where it is, latitude, longitude. So you're able to get yourself on a pretty direct route to Greylock based upon your readings. You will be bypassing a lot of the trade roads, which actually speeds you up. You might even be able to cut a few days off your journey. So you travel through sort of this hilly scrubland that you know is sort of kobold territory. You guys have seen plenty of before. Down into greater forests. You can sort of tell you're getting closer to treaty woods without actually going into treaty woods. You don't see a whole lot of other civilizations as you pass. A lot of this is sort of open, but you're again able to travel relatively unmolested. So we can jump through quite a bit of that.
If at all possible, if there's at any time where an opportunity is available, Lily would buy supplies. So if we come across any tradesmen along the way or any trade beating posts or stuff like that, she would take the opportunity to buy supplies there.
You honestly don't, at least for the first leg of your journey, you really don't. You're still kind of in. I mean,
Boonies.
there's individual. Yeah, you see the smoke from individual cabins and things like that, but nothing that would suggest to you that this is a source of trade. Any steadier than a traveling tradesman coming through. So while you guys are traveling, this would be a great time to take a break. Back from break. As we talk about the amount of loot that Lana carries.
And
Both
doesn't tell the
LUTE
party she
and
has.
LOOT. Well, I mean,
I
technically
will
they
post
watched
my
her pick up the
inventory.
bag. Like, you guys were, I mean, you and Sid weren't there, but technically the party was there when you guys got the bag of holding.
No, I mean most of the time.
So, you have a fairly uneventful travel, with Kern leading the way and sort of helping you to avoid potentially problem areas with his masterful navigation. Now, I will remind you that you are on foot, unless Xylund cares to summon his Grenin pony.
Well, for myself, for my own convenience,
Okay.
I ride. The rest of you chumps walk.
I can get us a horse for an hour every day, just for fun. Anyone want to be a horse?
Oh, I'm gonna ask Gren or Snowfunks if there are any rats in Grenin Heaven, just to set
No.
that philosophical question to bed.
There are no rats that he has seen in Grenin Heaven.
Can your hat summon things more than rats?
Frogs and bats.
Damn!
Why?
Can we use one of those and then polymorph it into a horse while still keeping the
I
loot?
could just turn one of us into a horse, though, and that's like more efficient because then we've got more people going at horse speed.
Yeah, I guess.
I was about to say, because I got this.
But we could summon like
Oh
a
my
giant
lord.
frog and then summon a frog. Davynn makes a giant, then one of you rides it. Lana controls it with her flute.
To be fair, I can't make it giant. I could just make it slightly bigger than it actually is.
Oh, okay. Well, who's the smallest?
Mooshnik.
Well, Wushnik could ride it then. You'd like to
So
ride
are
a
we gonna
frog,
be
wouldn't you?
riding giant insects across?
If we can find spiders and centipedes, absolutely. I got the whole party covered. Although, really, it's only for 10 minutes, so maybe not.
So let's
Oh my
just go on
God.
foot while Xylund lords over us while over on his horse.
I just imagine every morning it's like a meeting of who's going to be a horse, what can we make giant, how does this work, as we all sort of figure out our powers along the road, what we can and cannot do.
Let's see what Kern can do.
Oh lord.
Lily is just going to be walking alongside, let's say, Davynn today.
Okay. Again, you guys managed to travel pretty safely, camping in the evening, so on and so forth. There's one slight deviation from that. One morning, as you all awake, and you've been on the road several days at this point, you find sitting just outside your camp, just outside the firelight. This is a little pre-dawn. The sun's not up yet. A set of eyes reflecting the firelight back at you, but not otherwise moving. Maybe a foot off the ground.
By the way, Erie, I realize it's too late to say it now, but for all future camps, I put down an alarm.
No, that's fine. That's probably what woke you up, between that and Xylund's sword.
Okay.
Oh no!
We don't
That's
need an
not
alarm
good.
anymore. We just have Xylund's sword all the time.
Oh yeah.
Although Xylund's sword doesn't seem to differentiate between different levels of danger, so it could be anything, honestly. So yes,
than 6 legs!
it's gonna rain. You're not intense. Yeah, it seems to have a very skewed sense of what is and is not dangerous. But yes, you awake in the pre-dawn, alerted by the alarm / the sword of no. And,
Can you put that thing back in the bag of holding? I want to go back to sleep.
There's something here.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hello?
I'm going to get up and just cautiously pull my book out.
and feed it to it.
And hold it up as a shield.
What
I will.
is it?
What? I'll
Anyone who
slowly-
wishes can make a perception check. Honestly.
I would love to do that.
Nudge, nudge, Kern.
Yeah. Nope, you're all tired.
Groggy.
Oh, Mooshnik's up.
Oh,
Mooshnik knows it all.
Yeah.
Oh my,
Sad.
somebody beat Kern?
Oh. Mooshnik and Kern, with Lana sort of peeping from behind a little bit. You see it's just outside the edge of your camp, outside the edge of the firelight, and in the shadow of the trees that are here. It's a form very similar to a dog. A dog that's sort of laying down, resting with paws in front of it. But it's larger and not quite the same shape as you associate with a dog, even a larger dog. It looks kind of lumpy in places and way too thin in others. The eyes watch you very carefully, but it doesn't move at all.
If this gets described to the party, does it sound like anything I've read about?
Well,
Like, under the
some of you-
supernatural...
Kern would recognize this. Lana would recognize this as well. I think Mooshnik would too. Basically anybody from Team Kobold has seen creatures like this before.
Shadow Dog?
Not the Shadow Dog. No. This guy is definitely corporeal. He's
is he a gnoll?
he's one of the undead hyenas that the Cathal Ross used against you
Is
and the
it-
kobolds.
Undead still? or is
Oh,
it
very
just
much
dead?
so.
Oh.
Yeah, like you can see bits that should be on the inside.
And it's
Through
just
the
laying
outside.
down, and it's just
It's
laying
sitting.
down watching us.
I
Yep.
don't like that very much.
Come
Guys-
here, Swoopy Bottoms. Come into the light with the rest of us.
I'm gonna get up
I
and
don't-
try to look around for anybody else as good as my perception score is.
Okay.
Yeah. I will prep my destroy undead
Oh,
for
good
the
to see.
second.
He's
The
tired.
second that. The second. Mushnik doesn't know
Wonderful.
this is happening.
Go ahead, Kurt.
Mushnik doesn't. I'm gonna prep it as soon as I see like an ambush basically happening.
Okay.
I'm going
I'm
to.
assuming that there are things like all around here, and that they're
Right.
just waiting for us to like let down our guard. So
Uh,
as soon as that
Mushnik-
happens, I'm gonna.
I
Go
am-
ahead and roll a. Do you have handle animal at all?
I do.
Roll that, please.
While this is going on, I'm gonna cast detect thoughts and within 30 feet of me see if I can detect the presence of thinking creatures.
Okay. Roll with advantage, then, Mushnik.
Oh. I'll just click it again.
Yeah.
A little better.
Oh, yeah, a little better. As you are sort of cooing a little over this clearly undead doggy, it seems to respond. Like, it lifts its head up in your direction and gets to its feet slowly, and with sort of a natural kind of gait. But it does trot its way over to you. Head still kind of down. It's not an aggressive posture at all. It seems to be fairly relaxed. And as it comes up to you to respond to your your cooings and your entreats of what a good boy he is, he more like coughs up a bundle
Ew.
at your feet. It's
Oh.
yeah, it's it's covered in various bits.
What the fuck is this?
Oh, is this for me? Good boy. You're such a good delivery boy, you are.
This is a weird way to get messages.
Mushnik will
Didn't we
start
piss these
digging
people
through the gore.
We were just
Undead
doing a
stuff
job
doesn't
for
bother
them.
him so much.
Oh, the
Alright.
Cathal
Between
Ross,
this and the
okay.
dragon orb stone in somebody's mouth, can't they send letters?
So, Mushnik,
so I didn't-
you're... Go ahead.
I didn't detect anything, did I, Yuri?
Um,
Within 30 feet?
what's the intelligence check?
You cannot detect a creature with an intelligence of 3 or lower, or one that
No.
doesn't speak any language.
So then, no, you wouldn't
Okay.
pick up on anything.
Just making sure that
Um,
there's not a Cathal Ross waiting to ambush us.
That's the thing about undead. Intelligence isn't their strong suit. So you're gonna mess
Yay.
with this bundle?
Yep.
All right.
Boom.
So it's just this. It's like a little origami square almost. It's kind of been folded in on itself quite a bit. And what you thought was bile is actually like strange sort of sealing wax that kind of holds it all together. But it breaks apart easily enough and unfolds into there's an outer piece of paper, the one that's smeared with various fluids, but there's also an inside piece of paper with script on it, and at the very, very center is two. They're coins. But they're kind of strange looking coins. They look like somebody's tried to melt them, but not entirely successfully. But they are gold in color.
Oh, I guess Mushnik will clear his throat the best he can and start reading the parchment by the firelight.
Okay. I'm assuming you have Dwarven being Mushnik.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, quite.
Okay. Just checking.
Dwarf has dwarvish. You heard it here.
Just checking, because he might
That
burn that part
follows.
of his brain away. We don't know. So yeah, the note basically says it's a conclusion of the deal. Thanks you for your assistance and offers you payment. And it's signed Felix.
What was the payment?
All that's in there are those 2 melty coins.
I'll start
Remember,
casting
We have people
Identify.
with identify.
Yeah,
Yep.
that.
Yep.
Out comes the identify.
While they do that, I'm going to give a bit of someone's dinner to that good boy at the edge of the fire.
Okay.
Ooh.
Probably Lily's because she's busy identifying.
Right.
She's not paying attention to shit right now.
So Xylund takes a coin, Lily takes a coin. Out comes the identifies. Mooshnik is feeding his newfound friend, who eats, and it's not a very pleasant scene to watch something to eat when you can see, the muscles of its jaw from the outside moving. Yeah, he's missing significant bits of his outside. But he eats, and again doesn't make any aggressive movement or anything. For our identifiers, Xylund, your coin appears to be older of the 2. It looks like someone has tried to melt it with acid or something, so you can't really read the stamp on it anymore to see what kingdom it might be from. But it is very magical. It does resonate as magic. It appears to be a storage for it's a spell you're not entirely familiar with, but it's called Endless Slumber. But it would be similar to a scroll. It's sort of a one-use.
So can I tell
Lily,
who might be
Lily,
able to
you can
cast it?
copy that down.
Yeah,
Add to your
Lily.
spellbook.
She might be able to copy it down. Yeah.
Ooh. Yes.
Or Xylund can use it as an artificer. Either way. And what was your
Man.
question, Sin?
That was it. Just who can use it. So
Yeah, you'd be able to use it.
I could copy it into my book if I wanted to.
Yeah.
So what does it do exactly?
Endless Slumber.
Yeah.
It is a more powerful version of sleep, in that with normal sleep, if you have an attack or you jostle that person, it wakes them up, and the sleep doesn't work that way. You either have to commit massive damage or you yourself have to end the spell, and it lasts for 8 hours.
Is that the same one that I have?
Which one?
Is that the same
Oh,
as the
your
coin that I
coin?
have?
No,
Mhm.
no, your coin's different. That's specific to Xylund's coin.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'll toss it to Lily with a terse explanation of what it does.
Thank you.
Okay.
Been used on us a bunch.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, you guys should be familiar.
Yeah.
Spell.
Little bit, yeah.
As that is one of the primary methods the Castle Ross used to transport people it doesn't want to kill right away. Lily, your coin is also a conveyance for a spell,
Mm-hmm.
but you have Twilight's Pall.
Ooh,
What does that do?
that sounds
Twi-
sexy.
Yeah, Twilight's Pall is a Castle Ross specific spell, which makes it a priestly spell.
Mhm.
But what it does is it clouds the area physically and mentally. Davynn, it's the spell that you were being affected by when you were up close and personal with Green Eyes. It has you make a wisdom save in order to attack. It doesn't allow you to see your target very clearly, and generally makes all of your checks more difficult. You make all your checks at disadvantage.
So since it's a priestly spell, would I be able to potentially?
You
copy
could
this into
use
my
the
spell?
coin, you just wouldn't be able to learn it.
Okay.
Anyone can
Would-
use the coin, but it wouldn't be
would-
something you'd be able to learn.
Would someone else be able to learn it? Like, would Xylund be able to learn it for his
Yeah,
artificer
Xylund
thing?
would
or-
be able to use it, absolutely.
Well, would he be able to use it for his artificer thing?
Yeah,
Okay.
Xylund can pick up any spell and use it as
So-
an artificer thing.
After she catches the coin he tosses her, she's gonna flip it back to him, flip the other one to him, and let him know what it does, and basically say, I believe if you want to copy that into your tome, you'd be the only one who could.
All right. Thanks, bestie.
You're quite welcome, Xylund. and
You answered
kind
him.
of,
You confirmed it.
she just kind of like inhales just that, gaining patience. You're welcome, Lila.
Diplomacy.
An exchange of gifts.
And I would like to whisper to Xylund and say, hey, maybe you should buy her a new cat material thing.
I'm gonna. I said I was going to.
Okay, just want to make sure that that's still on the table.
Yeah, I'll buy her 2 cats. I got so much gold, I don't know what to do with it.
Oh, I think we know that's a lie. I
Yeah,
think
that's
Simon
a
knows
lie.
exactly what he would do with his money.
Alright, but like,
Drugs.
this time, don't throw the cat into something dangerous because she has 2, because that still is not okay.
I didn't realize she was gonna be so sensitive about it.
Oh my god.
If I hear any of this, I am pointedly ignoring it.
Well, you guys are at the same campsite. I mean, and Xylund's not known for his whispering.
Okay.
I knew she was
She's
gonna
just
be so mad about it.
She's just gonna rub her forehead and just ignore it, just for the sake of keeping the peace. Ignore it. There's been so much progress made today.
She could always hang out with Mooshnik and learn about his new friend.
Yeah, the dog doesn't seem to be in any rush to leave you, Mushnik. Like, he's...
No, guys, we can't adopt this.
Well, we can keep it until we get to Greylock anyway.
If people
rather
see us
die.
walking around with an undead dog, they will think that we are evil.
Nonsense! Since when is undead been evil?
Since forever, basically.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
do any of you knit? We could make it a little coat to hide
We
its
can.
undeadness.
You have him a little coat and everything. No one will notice.
It's not looking that well. It looks like it's on its last leg. In fact, yes,
He's on all of
it
his
does
legs.
look like it's actually dead now.
I could potentially use minor illusion to at least make it seem a little more alive.
Yeah,
Guys,
see?
I
not bring it to Greylock.
I demonstrate.
I am
How
still
much-
okay with this. I agree with Lana. Let's not risk perception, or public perception, I guess.
yeah.
How
You're
much?
just gonna
how,
leave
how
him out here in
close-
the dark and the cold?
Yes.
Well, no, we'll
That's
kill it.
cruel.
Yeah, we can put it out of its misery.
I mean,
We
I
kill
might
it.
have done it by now,
Miserable.
but I don't want to offend anyone's delicate sensitivities.
Who will be? Show of hands. Who's offended if Xylund kills this thing?
I am.
Okay, cool. Then don't do it, Xylund. Thank you. Good
Then
job.
I'll
You're
do it.
learning.
Oh god, here we go. Kern can do it.
I can do it in like a blink.
Do it.
Yeah, it's not whether you can, it's whether you should. What's he
Yes.
ever done to you? Are you really all such heartless monsters as to turn against the first thing that you just don't understand or
Kern,
feel like
do
is
it.
struggling?
It's no longer moving, Mushnik.
Aww.
Oh, that's rude.
It was a little bit rude, but necessary.
I don't think it was necessary. He gave us this package and you killed him.
He's in dog heaven now. Wait,
I
let me ask
suppose.
Snowfumps. Yeah, Snowfumps says he's in heaven.
That's a really big coincidence that he killed this exact same heaven that Snowfunks went to.
Snowfumps guided him there. He's caught his spirit in his spiritual teeth and swallowed it down and pooped it out and granted heaven.
I don't like that.
I don't think that's how it works.
Who's
Yeah,
the
no,
paladin
neither do
here?
I.
You don't know how granted heaven works.
Well,
Back me up, Kern.
if it's dead
I-
already and Kern has eradicated it due to
Yes.
being a cruel, heartless monster,
Yes, he is.
then Mooshnik will cast Gentle Repose.
You know that causes it prevents it from becoming undead, right? Again,
I
ever
do.
again.
I do know this. But that's okay.
Now, regardless of how I feel on the subject, can we not just destroy things willy-nilly without finishing the conversation? That just seems very rude.
Sorry,
I don't disagree with you. I don't think we should take it with us. I don't disagree with what you did. I just think it's rude to do it while Mooshnik is so passionately arguing for its existence.
Well, how about when we leave Greylock, can we let Mooshnik make an undead pet to follow us around
It's
until we
not
reach the
a
Nexus?
pet. He is a good boy. That's a difference.
Oh, you guys kill me.
Anyways, shall we move on? Or wait, no, we're still mid-rest.
No, I mean, you guys were up. Like, it was first thing in the
Oh.
morning. So you've rested, you're
Okay.
up, you can continue on with your day. Yeah. Totally think that can happen. So as you travel, again, if there are any conversations, I know Kern wanted to scry a little bit more. So we can do that if you like.
Sure.
You don't really have any opportunity to trade as you travel.
Yeah.
But you are beginning to get closer to civilization. So
Yeah.
I'm
I'm adding to my list of things I need to buy.
Yes.
Fine parchment and fine ink.
Yes. Prepare your shopping lists.
So, yeah.
Go ahead.
So, I can scry twice a day.
Mm-hmm.
People that I do want to scry on are Cat. I want to see if she is actually alive, and if she's in trouble. I want to scry Davynn's dad.
Okay.
And I'll ask him for help on that, I guess.
Oh,
And
that
have him be
reminds me.
there. As well as Lana, so that I can describe like parts of the world that I'm seeing, and
Mhm.
with her bardic knowledge, might know where that is.
Okay.
And then I want to scry on my parents, my twin Vanilla, and I just want to start going down the list of siblings. I guess from oldest to youngest,
Okay.
and then of course probably the other person will come up also.
Yeah, I imagine. Okay.
Can I have a quick conversation with Davynn before we embark on this scrying
this
adventure?
epic scrying adventure? Yes, please. By all means.
Okay. I'll at some point during the day I'll draw Davynn aside and say, "Hey, I found out some stuff about your dad. I don't know if you also found it out, but you probably know."
Maybe not. Tell me.
He's a famous playwright in Lorehold, and also a composer, and he's probably got other pseudonyms. He's like this massively famous, talented artist. I've got some of his plays here. I bought them in Lorehold. You can read them if you want.
You're piling a lot of stuff on me, and I like all of it. My dad's pretty awesome, I'm finding out.
Also, I have a sneaking suspicion that he wrote the Jack Dangerous books.
Oh, I knew that part.
Oh, you did?
Well, some of them. He, started continuing them. I know the first Jack Dangerous books weren't really that good, but then the sequels to them got progressively better and better. I think that's because he started taking over them. Could I have a plays, please? I want to know if there's any more Jack Dangerous novels and or plays.
Yeah, I mean, these are just plays, but they're interesting plays. I performed one with Gayle for the amusement of a dragon.
Which one?
Which play?
Yeah.
I think it was Fortnite in Lorehold.
No,
Fortnite
you
in-
did. You did.
Oh, we did the
Maiden
Song of
of
Silence.
Freyhaven.
Wait,
Well, you did both. You did Song of Silence, and then the next time you did Maiden of Freyhaven because that's
Okay.
the one with the singing in it.
oh, that's right.
Maiden
And
of Freyhaven.
I
Wait, did
blew
you
my
s-
inspiration point.
Okay, so which part did you play?
I think I was everyone but the narrator.
Everyone.
Something like that. Gayle wasn't really pulling his weight. I had to pretty much carry his dead weight.
And then you played the Maiden in Maiden of Freyhaven.
Yeah.
Davynn has so many mental images to conjure up now.
Okay, these are the plays. I'll just paste them in Discord chat.
He will be reading through these and imagining Davynn trying to do all the different pieces of it, and this will entertain him for the rest of the journey.
Now, Song of Silence, I believe, was actually autographed. Maiden of Freyhaven and Damsel in the Tower were not. or neither was Fortnite and Laurel. But
Oh yeah, but also another thing I forgot to tell you. Your dad hasn't forgotten about you. He's gone traveling basically to sort of protect you from harm and get shit under control so that it doesn't bite you in the ass. Like stuff to do with this dragon orb. He's pretty worried about this orb, so if we ever run into him, I don't know, just know that he's always been thinking of you and all that shit. So, anyway, bye.
anyway,
Okay, still a lot of stuff to process, but I still like all of it, I think.
Xylund just hands you this stack of manuscripts. Smell like blood moss. Been traveling his pack for a while.
When Davynn returns to the rest of the group, Lily is going to resume her conversation about why wizards are all poor with him.
As he has a new stack of reading material.
Yeah, can't really read and walk at the same time.
No.
I will offer to read them with Lily, and also offer that Xylund embarrassed himself by playing all the parts into the plays.
They are good. The plays are good. Song of Silence. I don't know how many of you watched that episode of Gayle and Xylund, but Song of Silence is actually a really interesting story about two red dragons, one of whom died and was put inside of a large ball-shaped gem by a dark-haired sorceress.
Oh, huh. That doesn't seem related at all.
Yeah, that's weird coincidence. Damsel in the Tower is about a young woman in a castle-like structure who slowly goes insane.
Oh, that doesn't seem familiar either.
Fortnite in Lorehold is one of the playwright's name wasn't Vochan, but this playwright's one of his first works, his earliest works, is Fortnite in Lorehold, which is kind of like it's kind of like Catcher in the Rye meets Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. It's just him sort of tooling around Lorehold as a first-time visitor, and it's super self-indulgent and very head up his own butt, and clearly like a young man's first writing sort of thing, like his first time in the big city, and it's sort of a self-discovery piece. And then Maiden of Freyhaven is this big bombastic musical about a female pirate who is just loud and obnoxious, and it's absolutely hilarious. The play is hilarious, and it's all about her shenanigans, about how she there's one scene where she busts into a convent to seduce one of the nuns, and she's always fighting the noble lords for their ladies and stuff like that. Like it's just this huge bombastic farcical kind of thing.
Is her name Jackie, possibly?
No.
Aww.
Oh, hey, I think my sister may have performed that one.
A tad too enthusiastically. I got in trouble for that.
Really?
It was back in school,
Wait.
okay?
That makes two people who've been in a production of this play.
Yeah,
No,
I believe it was back in Merryford, and she
it was, and we're gonna stop talking about that story now, sister.
We
Thank
should put on a new production.
you.
she was very popular. A little rambunctious though. I think she got drunk prior to, and showed up still drunk. She wasn't able to see me for about a week after that, so probably got in trouble.
Okay, that's enough about
Lana,
that. That
this
was a long time
is
ago.
so scandalous. Jeez.
It's fine. It's fine. Anyway, what's this
And I thought
Xylund
you were
acting up the whole thing?
responsible. Jeez.
I was like, I don't know how old I was actually. I don't know the timeline, but
Yeah, how long ago? Okay, just for timeline purposes, how long ago was Merryford, Erie? Considering the twins are currently 21.
I imagine the twins have not been traveling all that long. So it was probably 2 or 3 years ago that
Okay.
you were last in school, Lana.
So
I
this
was
play
a
was probably
teenager.
17
It
or
happens.
18.
They found her eventually.
Yes, well, let's just say that she wasn't allowed to put on any more productions after that.
Okay, but again, we should totally do this. We should totally make a production of this because that sounds awesome. And you've already played the main part, so we know who's gonna take the main character, right?
Okay.
I'm so
Well,
glad that
next
Xylund
time-
bought these in Lorcal.
Next
Oh,
time
and
we-
Xylund, you can play the supporting role of the nun in the convent, right?
Well, I mean, I did show a certain flair for the part, but I don't want to upstage anyone else.
Well, next time we're in a city and we stay in a tavern, you should try and convince my sister to perform. She can sing some of the more main songs.
All right. So while you guys are plotting your next traveling review of the Maiden of Freyhaven, and Mooshnik is talking to Snowflunks, presumably the only person who's listening to him at this point.
It's true.
Snowflunks is nodding along in his wise horsey.
Yeah, again, Snowflunks
style.
is all about it. Like he understands human speech just fine. He's with it. He's very mild mannered. He's like, yeah, I get it, man. I do. Yeah. We'll cut back to Kern and his list of scries. Who would you like to start with?
Cat, because I think I do that like the day of,
Okay,
like
that's
after
fine.
I sent them to
Yep.
descending.
You attempt.
And
to
I'm gonna
scry
do
Cat.
all these with Lana so that I can like describe what's
Yeah. Yeah, I caught.
happening, and she can be like, "Oh yeah, that's there."
Yeah, you attempt to scry on Cat, and it fizzles.
That's not good.
Like you
She's
don't
probably-
even expend the spell. It just does not work. You just
She
She's
probably has
probably
protections
under some
against-
wards. I imagine that she's the kind to keep some sort of protection up constantly.
Yeah.
From what you've described, anyway.
Oh, my dad might do that too. Come to think of it.
Well, it didn't expend the slot, so we can just burn through all these people.
All right. Well, then I will go for Devin's dad.
Okay. You attempt to scry on Davynn's dad. And in this case, the spell fires, but you don't see anything.
He's probably
Um,
still in Lawholt.
Yeah.
No, he's not. He left a long time ago.
Oh.
He left when the dragon orb was stolen, trying to track it down.
Let me see how sending works.
I guess now that we have it, wouldn't he'd be coming to us then, right?
Yeah, well, presumably, if he can track us down, I'm pretty sure he doesn't want you to have it. I think the whole purpose of this was to find it and destroy it or something.
Oh, well, I guess it's too late for that, but we can have that conversation later, I'm sure. I'm sure we can make him see eye to eye.
Yeah. Unfortunately, since I can't see him, I'm not familiar with him. I can't like actually talk to him because that's what I was gonna try to do afterwards.
I mean, don't we have a painting of him? Is that enough to breed enough familiarity?
You have a painting of him, but it never shows his face.
Hmm.
It's the only painting you have of the entire family was unfinished.
That's unfortunate.
You don't actually know what he looks like.
Yes, if we make the orb be protected from divination magics, it would probably prevent him from catching up. It would also prevent unsavory people from being able to track us down because of it.
Yeah, I agree. Okay. So anybody wants to catch up on, or wants to scry on, or that you think it would be a good idea?
How many times can you do this?
I can do it one more time today, but I can do it twice a day. So I'm gonna do it every night when we're traveling.
Maybe this won't work, but Nisali maybe?
Well, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I'm a little scared. to do that.
That's also a good point. She's surrounded by Geshelstone and weird shit.
Well, almost everybody that I would care to is dead, so none for me.
Oh, Ulrich.
Fuck Ulrich. That's a waste of a scry.
Well, might as well see how he's doing. You know.
Well, I've got a better one than that. If we're giving out scries.
Yeah. What do you want?
Everyone's lining up.
Well, I prefer to talk to you in private if that's alright.
Oh.
That's fine. I think I had everybody like gathered around for like those two.
I'm assuming this is slowly becoming group conversation. Yeah.
But the rest of the ones I'm just probably gonna do with Lana just because it's like more personal and I just want to know like where they are.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I'll be like, okay, cool. I like unless anybody else has any other ideas, I think I'll head over with Xylund, I guess.
Okay, so you don't have to have actually met the person. It's enough if I just describe them?
Let me double check.
Well, the target gets a save and your familiarity with the target, or if you have something that belongs to them, they all alter the save.
So yeah, it alters the save. If I have a connection or like some sort of garment, it makes it better. Or like some sort of thing that is attached to them.
Xylund isn't really one for keepsakes.
Oh shit, I have an idea. You guys are over there though, so.
Yeah.
Well, it's a long shot. If it doesn't work, will it waste the scry?
Yeah.
Oh.
You can tell me who it is, and the worst that it can be is like it can I don't know.
Well,
I don't know what the worst it can be.
If it fails, will you be able to tell whether it failed because
they
didn't have enough information, or because they're
they
dead?
like rejected it, or because I didn't have enough information? Yes, I can.
Okay, so you can tell why it failed.
Anybody that you described to me.
All right. Well, okay. It's my sister. I never found her body.
Oh. All
So
right.
I'll give my description.
I will attempt to scry on Xylund's sister.
Okay. You do get
Unfortunately,
an image.
you won't be able to see this, Xylund. I'll have to describe it.
Yeah,
to you.
only Kern can see this. But you do get an image of as a younger woman. It's difficult to tell her age. She doesn't look older than Xylund, but her face looks older than Xylund. Like she clearly has seen some stuff, assumably without blood moss to medicate her away from it. But she's wearing pretty plain clothing, a dark blue dress with a really simple sort of pinafore to it. Her hair is bundled up and under a kerchief, and from what you can see, it's kind of a dirty blonde. Not white like his, but kind of light. And she looks very thin and pretty pale. And the area that she's in, you don't recognize. She seems to be in some sort of fortification. There's really big, thick, dark stone castle walls. And she's carrying a big basket of linens in it. So she might be a laundrymaid or something along those lines. But wherever she is surrounded by soldiers. She's surrounded by military men in armor. As she keeps bobbing and weaving her way through and up and down stairs. She doesn't really speak to anyone as she goes about her business, but she seems to be kind of wound tight as she goes by. She's alive, just tired and behind massive stone walls.
I will describe that scene to Xylund. I'll just be like, yeah, You said you never found her body, but she's alive.
So while you were scrying, Xylund was sort of leaning against a tree, doing this act like he didn't really care. But as you say she's alive, his composure sort of cracks, and you see this almost horror flicker across his face, and then just says, "Oh."
Yeah, I mean, he didn't. Still alive. She doesn't seem to be doing that well, but I don't know. Seems to be moving about a castle filled with military people. I don't know if that rings any sort of bells for you.
Was it a place you've seen before?
No.
Not Greylock.
No.
All right,
I don't
thanks.
know where it would be. Try if I can get some more components, I can try to ask where she is.
Ask your god.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Don't tell the others.
Make them think that you actually have feelings?
What?
Come on. You know me better than that.
So Xylund just turns and walks off.
Okay.
Aww.
When Kern returns, Lily's gonna say, "You know who you should look for tomorrow? That priestess you all saved, the head priestess of Nineveh, Bowen."
Bowen, yeah, that.
Oh. Yeah, we
That
totally
would be-
should have done that.
We should see how she's doing. We basically sold her to a rival faction.
You kind of did.
She's fine.
Okay. Well, that's all I can do for today.
Shop's
Uh,
closed.
Shop's closed. I need a sandwich and a nap.
Yep. Time for nap and sandwich.
And then we got like.
Oh,
two
I got
more
you.
people.
I got you.
Yay!
Aw.
Can't do the nap, but I can give you a sandwich.
Look, if that's the way we're going, then let's make it a party.
Yay! So I imagine this would be an ongoing theme throughout your travels, that things seem pretty peaceful. You got Davynn cooking, you got Mooshnik making beer out of whatever it is he can find. Probably best not to ask. With Kern doing his scries. So did you want to scry for Bowen?
Yeah, I'll scry for Bowen.
Okay,
Next
and
day.
then we can have that be sort of like the last public one, and then we could do yours.
Yeah.
So when you scry for Bowen, this one is a little different than some of the other scries you have. It's not crystal clear like the other ones that you've had, but it's not completely blank like when you tried to look for Cat.
Probably like from the Geshl stones and stuff.
Well, that is
That's
yeah.
what I'm gonna assume.
Geshel's always going to be a problem. So you can see her. Wherever she is, you can kind of see her from afar. So it's almost unlike other scries where you kind of see the individual and their surroundings. You see this like the camera's pulled almost all the way out. So you see a wider view of the room than you would normally, and you're definitely looking at her from the outside, from probably 10-15 feet away. But she looks rough. She is seated on white stone floors, leaning up against a wall. But you can see that there's like crumbled bits of wall down around her as she holds herself up. She props herself up with one arm. She is clearly wounded. She's got a big gash across her forehead. She's lost shoes entirely. Her robe is ripped really badly around the knees, and you can see that there are blood stains below it, where her shins are, and the whole image vibrates slightly. You don't notice it at first, but when she stops moving long enough, you can see that the scene does vibrate, almost like there's an aftershock going on. And then it cuts out. It doesn't last near as long as your other images do.
Fuck is this? Guys, we might have made a mistake, and Greylock might not be in the best of conditions right now.
Pretty sure I said that.
I know, but like it might be worse than we thought.
How bad are we talking? What did you see?
I described the scene of Bowen.
Oh, that is really bad. Do we know anybody else in Greylock that we can scry just to be sure? Maybe it's just a Bowen thing, which in that case we also kind of made a mistake, but point still stands.
Oh, Gayle. Gayle's in Greylock.
Yeah,
I thought
we should
Gayle
spend
was with Uthalu. Uthalu.
Pardon?
I thought Gayle was with Uthalu.
Only for a few days, then I told him to head back.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll scribe Gayle.
Okay.
Although I guess we should have checked in with Uthalu just to make sure he did what I asked him to do.
Oh, Lord.
Okay. So we scry on Gayle. Gayle looks like he's in the middle of what could be best described as a field hospital. There's white tarp behind him, what is clearly a tent flap sort of door off his shoulder. He's wearing, it's not his normal traveling robes. He's wearing very much the very dark, like midnight blue robes of a Cleric of Derelai, the one that they use for funeral processions. He still has his books.
Oh shit.
He is tending to somebody on the bed. They are alive, given the noise that they're making, but they're clearly in a lot of pain. And there is a lot of activity both behind and around Gayle. You can hear voices overlapping one another. There seems to be a lot of people wherever he is. And yeah, generally in some state of muted emergency. You know, there's a lot of urgency going on as he tends to whoever it is that he has on this table. You can just barely see his hands in the frame of your mirror, and he's trying to administer some kind of herbs, but his hands are shaking pretty badly. He himself looks tired. He's got tremendous dark circles under his eyes, like he hasn't slept in days. And he seems deeply concerned, deeply worried about whatever he's tending to.
Okay, so as soon as that happens, I tell everybody, this is some fucked up shit. I'm gonna figure out what's happening to him right now, and
Seems
I
like-
will cast sending and be like, Gayle, it's Kern. This isn't an hallucination. We just scried you.
What the fuck is going
What the
on?
hell is going on?
Kisses Xylund.
Xylund sends his love.
Ooh, tell him. Wait, never mind.
Yeah, exactly. Sending over. You do get a response back. It is Gayle, and he sounds tired. He sounds exhausted. Kern, it's so much worse. So much worse.
Oh god. I'll burn another 3rd level spell slot.
What is worse?
Oh.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
For what?
You're gonna burn another spell slot?
Yeah, I was gonna send him just tell him that we're heading to Greylock if that's
Okay.
where he is. Yeah, that's basically all I'm gonna say.
Cool.
Tell him
Like,
to
I-
elaborate, remind him he has 25 words.
Yeah, and feel free to elaborate too.
What is
25
the thing
words,
that is
remember
worse,
that.
you fucking noob?
So he'll respond after
He
that
knows the spell. It's a cleric spell.
polite message. It's like people are sick and they're dying, and Orum's coming.
Orin?
Orham.
That's bad.
Orin.
What's that?
Well,
Yeah,
How many of us know that name?
they
Orham.
don't like wizards. That's one thing. They
Yeah,
really
you
don't
would
like
know.
wizards.
You would know
Oh,
the
no.
the city. Orem is one of the 12 great cities. It's the continent across the way from from Greylock. They
Oh,
are the
are
most
we getting fucking
militaristic
invaded?
civilization on the planet. They live to conquer other civilizations. They are exceptionally strong, and they hate magic users. And any time they perceive a weakness in another kingdom or civilization, they're going to be on the doorstep.
Oh, so plague happened, and now Orum's like, let's go take that over while we can.
It sounds like, yeah. And Orem would love
Shit.
nothing more than to depose Nasali. They would love nothing more than to have Greylock for their own.
Alrighty
Alright.
then.
Let's
Seems
pick up the pace a little bit and keep going.
This is
Alright.
good. This I understand. Invading army. Yes, we can do this.
No, this is bad. This is bad for lots of reasons.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Well, let's go see what help we can offer.
for the sake of argument, you guys will shuffle along. As far as your other scries, Kern.
Before he starts those, Lily is going to hand him one of her history books that's more location-based, more geographical-based, and just kind of mutter, "Hope it helps." You know, hope it helps, and then walks away awkwardly.
Okay.
Thanks.
Who would you like to try next?
I don't know how to read this, Lana.
You don't know how to read.
I know how to read. It's just
Okay. I can, if you want me to help you with it, I can do that.
I appreciated her help, but like
Okay.
okay.
Do you want me to just shove it in the bag of holding?
No, then it'll look like I'm being rude.
She doesn't have to know.
I'll just pretend like I'm reading it. I'll try to.
Do you want me?
There
okay,
are
well, if you have any
pictures,
questions, you
guys.
can
There
just
are
ask
pictures.
me.
It's upside down.
Okay, I'll go through and make footnotes for you if that helps.
Thanks.
All
Thank you.
right. Who do you want to try on next, Kern?
I'll scry on Vanilla.
Okay. So you do your thing. Scene comes up. Crystal clear this time. Everything perfect. You see Elle, looking a little older, of course. But it looks like she is in the midst of helping a cow give birth. Like she's got her hands up there and she's assisting, which is not an uncommon thing. And from the area you can see, it's very definitely your family's barn. Like everything looks almost the same. You can see your dad just off to one side, and he's got the cow around the neck, gently holding her down. And you see Albie as well, assisting on the other side, trying to keep everything steady as Elle does her thing. And it seems like they're sort of on the tail end of this, as she manages to finish, and they let the mom sort of clean up her baby, and job well done. And there's Elle kind of bloody, and so is Albie and Gad as well. Everybody's a little bit bloody, and it looks like they've been at this for a while because they're kind of sweaty and tired. Albie, for his part, doesn't seem to be affected. He just sort of leaves the barn through the open door, and you can see as Elle looks up in his direction, the minute he makes it sort of into the paddock area, he gets tackled by several small children.
Well, this is like a 6-for-1.
Yeah, they all seem. You see quite a few people in the same location. They all seem to be at the farm.
Yeah.
You can see just from out, her view outside the door. You can see a little bit of the house, the old house, but there are a couple other new buildings too that have been built. So sitting in the center of this paddock are the women folk. As Elle makes her way that direction, she doesn't quite approach them. She just heads outside the front door of the barn, and you can definitely make out your mom. She's there. Who it appears to be Catherine, is sitting with her. They're looking more and more like each other all the time as Catherine
Gotcha.
gets older. Yeah. So they're sitting there with a smaller girl, likes to be about her mid-teens. She's got on the same style of dress as your mom, but she's got these massive muddy boots on. and her feet are swinging. They look to be like they're like stoning cherries or something. They're taking the stones out of some sort of fruit in this little circle. And the younger woman with the muddy boots is yelling at two teen boys that are off to one side who have, rather than attack the wood pile that is clearly sitting next to them with an axe in the splitting stone, they are instead taking discarded fruit and hucking it at each other as she yells at them to stop. And Albie is now being tackled by three boys, one you recognize as your youngest brother.
Yeah.
One is Seamus from the last, obviously grown since the last time
yeah.
you saw him. And there's another younger boy as well. He looks to be about 5.
Gotcha.
That is also tackling Albie, who of course is unfazed by his halflings that are now crawling all over him. He has grown even bigger the last time you saw him. And there's also a younger girl, looks to be about toddler age, that is around your sister's ankles, who is not stoning the cherries so much as she is eating them and then taking them out of her mouth and putting them on the ground and then picking them back up and eating them again. So yeah, there's very, very much a family vibe going on here. You don't see your sister's husband, but she seems to be in good spirits and everything. So Elle kind of takes in this scene along with you and then cuts her way back through the barn, you're passing your dad, and he gives her a quick, clap on the shoulder as she makes her way to the back, and she steps outside. On this side of the barn, nobody can see her, and she can't be seen from the paddock. As she leans up and takes a flask out of her pocket, hits it for a very, very brief second, just kind of stands with her eyes closed for a moment as the clouds up above start to darken a little bit and roll in a little faster. And she looks up and sighs, and then she reaches down to her right forearm and starts to scratch. And it's about the same location as your tattoo.
Oh gosh.
And she looks up at the sky just one more time. You can hear a very distant rumble of thunder in the back, and the scene closes.
Oh, Joe. Oh no. Oh, God.
William likes them all.
So, yeah, like Kern's definitely was tearing up, and then all of a sudden his face just gets pale at the end.
Did you have Lana there for this one, or?
Yeah, because I was expecting
Gotcha.
maybe people to be in different places, but they're all in the farm.
You okay there, buddy?
Yeah, a little homesick, and I got a feeling at the end of that vision that my twin might be going through something very similar that I went through.
Is that bad, or? I assume it's bad. You don't have any color on your face. Do we need to make another pit stop?
I just pull open my sleeve and show her my tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
She was itching here.
How did...
And storm clouds were rolling in.
Oh.
Roll it back up.
How'd you get yours?
I ended up shipwrecked. And I had a fever dream that a storm told me I was going to be its emissary. And then I woke up on an island with this tattoo. Or on the beach. This tattoo, yep. Yep.
Be honest, 2 competing emotions right now. One, concern for your sister, obviously. And the other, that's really cool. Just by the way.
It's fucking terrifying.
I mean, I understand that, but... And I'm sorry you went through that, but that is really, really cool.
Okay.
But if do they live near here? Is this a place we can pit stop?
I don't think so. I think they're on the
No.
southern shore of the continent.
Yeah, they're far south from here.
Maybe one day. I don't know. Should I try to talk to her? Should I reach out? I haven't.
Do you think it
We
would
didn't
freak her
leave on
out?
the
Does
best-
she? Oh,
We didn't leave on the best terms. We left on
What-
good terms, but like the thing that I did, I never said goodbye.
well, you know that lecture you gave me about siblings and
Yeah.
not losing them?
Yeah,
You should reach out.
I should. Okay.
I mean, I'm not one to lecture. I still haven't talked to Lily, but you should.
All right. How about I'll deal with this later. How about I'm gonna, since I saw the rest of my family. Gary, I'm gonna try to scry on that guy who came through town like when I was like super young.
Okay.
Whether that's successful or not, you can decide.
Okay. You get basically a black screen.
Okay. Okay.
By the way, Erie, did you get the message I sent you?
Mm.
You're gonna have to scroll up a little bit for it.
Oh yeah, no, I got that one.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I was kind of expecting that, honestly. That last second one. Alright.
Do you?
Well, I think that's all for today.
You know, if you need to talk about anything, you can, right?
I know. I know.
Okay. All right. Pat him on the shoulder.
Lots of shoulder pats today.
Yeah.
Hugs and shoulder
Avoid the
pats.
tattoo, though. That seems.
Yeah.
The other shoulder.
All right. Any more scries?
The next day, I'll scry Mary.
All right.
I took a look in that book that Lily gave him, the Book of Places.
Yes.
I was looking for castles that might match the description he gave me. Did I find anything?
Well, Darkstone castles are pretty generic, but the one that would stand out for you, at least here, like, Darkstone isn't something that is pretty plentiful. Most of the stones around here, if you're in the Greylock area, they used to be Geshel, and then all that got mined out. In the Redbone ranges, most of that is obviously red stone. So it's the sand-colored stone that you see in Lower Holt. As far as Blackstone goes, not the only, but the biggest concentration of it would be in the east. And there is one pretty large Darkstone fortress in the east, and it's Valwall.
That's what I was thinking. Okay.
Is that from the Aurorian, whatever that empire is, or whatever?
Valwall?
No.
No, they're a different place.
Okay.
Yeah, Valwall is one of the 12 great cities. It's the third one that's on this continent. It is the closest to the Amaskan capital
Okay.
before it broke off of the continent and started floating in the air. It's a massive military structure. It is the home to the Order of the Seal, which is a long-standing military order. It's also one of the few military orders that isn't devoted to a particular deity. It is almost completely secular. Technically, the Temple of Grenin comes from there, but the Order of the Seal doesn't worship Grenin specifically. But yeah, it's a huge military installation. And technically, again, it's the home of one of the Nenmatai, General Hamelin, but he doesn't actually spend much time there. So,
Where does he spend time?
General Hamelin is in a bit of a bind. There are a lot of tribes, and because the surrounding marshes of Valwall have a very tribal style of civilization. They're the tribes that Nasali came from, or initially. So it's a lot of small units. Sometimes they band together in larger federations, but generally they keep to themselves. But one particularly powerful tribal federation is run by a barbarian queen. And as part of their rights, they have competitions. And the winner of the competition is to be the queen's consort for as long as she chooses. And Hamelin was actually there dealing with something else. He was not specifically entered into this competition. It was just at that time of year, he was there to defend neighbors of the Federation, and he did such an outstanding job that the Queen sort of retroactively included him in the competition and decided that she wanted to take him as her consort, and rather than piss her off and sort of dishonor the traditions of this massive group of heavily armed people, he sort of accepted. So he has this very strange existence where he is effectively the king of this federation of tribes and the consort of the barbarian queen, but not by choice entirely. So he spends some time with her, some time in Valwall, and sometime he's just out traveling. But yeah, he's in not the best not in the best position. And she has not chosen to have another competition since that point. And yeah. It's
She hasn't seen Kern's hair yet.
yeah, she
Yeah.
hasn't met Kern.
Oh,
So
no.
clearly there's room for a new competition. But yeah, and that's
Oh,
been
dear.
15 years. So he has spent 15 years as this woman's consort up in the Ice Crown Mountains. So yeah.
We should go to Valwall.
Valwall?
Change of plans. Valwall.
Why?
I'm just kidding. We'll go to Greylock first.
Okay, but can we talk real quick about what our plan is at Greylock? Because they mentioned the plague, and can we do anything about that?
I don't know. But
And is there anybody who could, like, somebody
I think-
who's good at fixing people? Kern,
think-
maybe.
I think the people that would be good at that are in Greylock.
Yeah, I don't think this is a problem that's sort of within the scale of problems we can fix. We just got to kind of concentrate on the Dragon Orb for now. I think that even might be outside the scale of problems we can deal with too. But so we shouldn't be taking on more problems of that scope, if you see what I mean.
But the Dragon Orb, at this point, I feel like there's a bigger problem than just the Dragon Orb. We could use it to help deal with the other bigger problem.
Does the Dragon Orb have healing properties that I don't know
Not that,
about?
I mean the whole invading country thing.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we could summon a dragon to fight those guys off, maybe. That'd be cool.
Oh my god.
We'll ask Sally about that. Float that idea past her.
As you guys are having this conversation, Lily just kind of dances in the middle of all of you and then continues on humming and smiling happily, and then just kind of goes
Oh,
off and
God.
doing her own thing.
Just how many? Never mind.
Are you high, Lily? What was that dance?
She's really
It was like a swirling, hopping, skipping dance that just took her through your group and past it.
Someone who's never done ballet trying ballet.
Everybody just stops talking for a second and
Basically.
our eyes all just follow Lily as she goes through our group.
Holy shit, Lily's fucked up.
You guys don't have any room to judge.
Gonna judge anyway.
Yeah. All right. So
But
we have
you
one more
gotta
scry,
fucking-
and
I
Lily appears to be a
Yeah.
wizard girl.
One more
who
scry
also-
to do,
before it
correct?
happens that
everybody.
Oh wait, I think we're having audio issues.
Are we?
Are we?
Okay.
Yeah, I just got robot
Lily?
done.
Is
Hello?
everybody okay?
I think it's
I'm
fixed
good.
itself.
All right. Cool.
am I good?
Those
Yeah,
are
I
I
the-
think it was a
Lana-
temp.
Yeah, I warned Lana right beforehand that I might be a little different during this one.
Okay. So you're gonna keep her for this one?
I get to know all the
I think
backstory.
Kern needs the emotional support.
Yeah,
'cause he
you might
doesn't
need
know.
the emotional support. Okay.
Who are you scribing?
You might need it.
Yeah.
All right, last scry.
Okay, don't tell me. I'll find out after.
Here we go. So you scry, Karen, and picture comes up, crystal clear, and you see her.
Yes.
Not really looking terribly much different since the last time you saw her. But she's dressed in, fairly plain clothes even for her. Like she wasn't really a flashy dresser to begin with.
Yeah.
But she's definitely wearing, sort of a tradeswoman sort of gown. So it's kind of a russet colored, and she's got an apron on top of it, and she's in a building. It seems to be a shop of some kind. It's kind of brown mud and wood. There's some glass with the sun shining through it. It looks like there are baked goods, like big cob loaves and things that she is setting up, and it looks like she's preparing to open for the day, given the quality of the light. So wherever she is, she's not close to the farm.
Oh, so she's not even in town.
It doesn't seem like it. It seems like she's a few hours behind them. It seems earlier for her than it did for the others. But yep, it looks like she's setting up some kind of shop. You can see through the window in the distance. There are other buildings. So she's in some sort of settlement. And what really stands out to you is there's this massive windmill. It's huge, with a gigantic clock face in the center of it, which isn't something that you see very often. Not only the size of this frickin' windmill, but the fact that it has a clock face in it is pretty bizarre. So that's pretty clear. She keeps glancing out the window every few seconds as if she's, monitoring the time. And when she's done arranging her display, she pops through a door in the back behind the counter and speaks briefly with a man sitting inside who is going over a ledger of some kind. It looks to be about her age. Dark hair with little glasses. And he too wears sort of the lower middle tradesman sort of outfit.
Yeah.
Nothing too snazzy. Is kind of a collared shirt and dungaree sort of thing. But they're talking about how much they need to sell today, and prices of flour, and how she said that she needs to go down and buy more. And he makes a comment about maybe if she flirted a little more with the miller, they would grant him a better price, which they both laugh at. And he gives her a kiss on the cheek, and she goes back up front. And that is the end of your vision.
I think Kern just sits in silence for a bit and just tears are kind of rolling down his cheeks.
Just put an arm around him and wait.
I think she's moved on. I mean, I was expecting that, but
You miss her?
yeah.
Oh. Sorry.
He deserves happiness, though. And I couldn't give it to her, so. But I just made it worse.
Right.
No. Weren't even originally arranged, or my mom and her mom. I've never been one much for clergy, like churches and stuff. Her mom, her dad was chief priest of Eston, my hometown, and my mom wanting to always like make sure the kids were taken care of. She tried to arrange something between her family and our family. Kind of silly, kind of dumb, but eventually, you know, I met her and I just kind of fell for her, even though it was kind of arranged, even though her mom and my mom were in cahoots the entire time. It would have been fine, but there was this whole deal or condition that was made. If we were gonna get married, I'd get sent to Greylock to learn how to be a fucking cleric of Eston.
Oh.
And I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
The night before we were supposed to be married, I left.
Oh.
Didn't say a word to anybody.
Oh.
And I wandered around for years just trying to forget that. Yeah.
All I know is you aren't that old now, so you must have been pretty young when that happened.
Yeah.
You can't blame yourself for that.
Name
I mean, you can, but you
is
shouldn't.
Mary Mac. Always, it was. I know I shouldn't. I don't know. Anyways.
It'll take time, but she's happy now. That's what you saw, right?
Yeah. I think.
So don't blame yourself.
Okay. I can't. I can't not.
Yeah. Give it time.
I
It
always
gets
thought
easier.
that.
It gets easier. It takes a while, but it does.
Well, thing was, much of an arranged marriage as it was going to be, it was still fun. I still would have
Oh,
still loved her.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Because, you know, Mary Mac's mother was making Mary Mac marry me. My mother was making me marry Mary Mac. I was going to marry Mary so that Mary could take care of me, and then we'd all be feeling Mary when I marry Mary Mac.
And all sympathy's gone.
That's
Lana
awesome.
against her.
Kern's beginning to feel like a rap god.
Lana's gonna chuckle in spite of the mood.
I've been holding that in for a year and a half, guys.
I know.
God. Oh. Kern gets another hug.
I hug Lana, too. and
Long
just-
one. I'm sorry, man.
Okay.
At this point, when the hug breaks up, Lily's gonna skip up, give Kern a flower, and just be like, "It's okay, Kern. You have us," and then skip away.
What the?
How much
long
did
has
she hear?
been? I don't. She's way too high to remember in the morning, but
Yeah, she.
She didn't hear any of that. She just saw Kern looking sad and gave him the same advice that he gave her.
wow, what you saw must
That's-
really messed you up if you didn't notice she was here.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, jeez.
Super focused.
Oh.
All right. Is there anyone else you want to scry on?
No, I think that's it for now.
Okay.
That's a
So-
lot of scribes.
Yeah, a lot of scries. This is like the scry.
Post
episode.
taste of Greylock?
Yep, top
Uh,
speed, hasted horse, let's go.
By the way, guys, I critted on a performance check. Lily was dancing like she was born to dance.
Yeah, I saw that.
You guys are able to make your way, and of course, these scries have been interspersed throughout your travel. So, but after many days and many scries, an ended doggo, and a lot of feelings being shared, you crest the road up a little, and you can now see kind of a bird's eye view of Greylock. And it is decidedly different from when you left. You can see the gray and white Geshelstone in the distance, sort of picking up the noontime sun, all sparkly and pretty, and the water beyond it. But more importantly, from the gates on out, spiraling outward, is a collection of tents, massive tents. What they look like depends on your perspective, really. Xylund, it looks to you like a siege. Camps put up their tents with banners flying, and there's siege engines underneath, and it kind of looks foreboding to you.
Do I recognize the banners? Are they from Orem?
You don't see an Orem banner. Some of the banners you do recognize right away. One of the banners that's flying is from the Church of Grennan.
Oh.
Another, and there's you can clearly see a Rildan banner.
Boo.
You can see a banner for the Argent Order.
Yay.
There's a banner for, in addition to the Argent Order having sort of one section on its own, there's this massive tent, sort of centralized, and that one flies not only the flag of the Argent Order, but it actually flies the seal for the city of Greylock. But other than that, they appear to be, sort of faction banners. You see the butterfly of Xana.
They look
stands
like
out.
politically aligned factions, right? Based on what we know.
Yeah, they look like people who live inside of Greylock. There's nothing that you see that strikes you as an outsider so far. It just looks like folks are staking out their claims.
Yeah, I heard that everyone got evacuated out of Greylock. Or most people, anyway. Didn't I?
That there was an there was an evacuation.
This is concerning. Was Nysali, was she evacuated as well?
I would guess not, but I don't know that for sure. He's pretty attached to place, the thing of the sisters.
She's pretty powerful. I don't know if a plague would even be able to hurt her.
I've heard stories. Isn't she have periods of weakness, though?
Well, her weakness is her strength.
Or something like that.
Or something like that. I just kind of made that up. I don't know what it means. She's not weak, though. Take that back.
Does it look like these people are setting up a quarantine kind of thing?
From your perspective, you guys are so far enough back that it's very much a panoramic view. It's hard to see individuals, but it's really hard to say. Again, for Xylund, it looks like a siege. For you, Davynn, it looks more like pictures in your book of jousting tournaments, how each team would have their own little area, their own little tents, and their banners flying. So it doesn't necessarily look depressing to you so much as it does like a competition.
Gotcha.
And
what does
then
it look like to Lily?
For Lily and Lana, and even Kern, it sort of reminds you of the summer fairs that you would have, big sort of realm-wide fairs with again competitions or food or what have you. So it doesn't look necessarily. Again, it doesn't look dour from your position, but all you can really see are the tent tops and the banners flying.
Alright, well, we should probably be careful going in. I don't know what's going on or how they're reacting, but they might be a little bit cautious about new people.
Indeed.
Yeah.
We should also see if perhaps they have a market. I'm assuming we have not come across any traders on our way.
No,
all.
you really haven't. Because of Kern's navigation, the shortest route between where you were and Greylock was to avoid the main roads and to cut through. So you haven't You haven't had any traders or civilization in between there and here.
Whereabouts did you see Gayle? Was he in like a derelict tent? Kern?
Sorry, what? Yeah,
Where-
he was dressed in derelict colors, yes.
But the tent was just a random sort of medical tent?
Yeah. I assume we just gotta try to find that. Well, we go for a derelict banner and then I guess we'll search around for Gayle. Good news is we brought him back and we don't have to pay, right? We brought him back in one piece.
Although we could pay at this point, I think.
Yeah, maybe. I never even thought of that. We could just buy him outright.
What are you guys talking about?
Nothing.
We should see if they have a market running.
Definitely, we need to pick up some supplies.
And there are some things that I need not only to make the orb and anything we put into the bag of holding undetectable by divination magic, but also I need to get the spell into my book, and I need my cat back.
Alright,
Here's
well,
10 gold. I give Lily 10 gold.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You can do that. I'm gonna go find Gayle. See you
hey,
guys
wait,
later.
hold on. I was just gonna say, maybe we should stick around with Xylund, because you've got it in with the Jerk of Grinnin.
Yeah, that's the next stop after I find Gayle. But I'll hook up with you guys after I find Gayle.
Alright. Bye,
Yeah.
then, I guess.
Pardon?
Sister,
Yeah?
could I store my things inside your bag of holding?
Yeah, always. Thank
Just gonna hand her. I'm gonna take off the cloak. Hand her that. Hand her.
I'm gonna shove all these giant objects into the tiny bag outside of the sight line of as many people as possible.
Well, I was gonna say, yeah, you guys are still far enough back from sort of tent city that you're. I mean, yeah,
Don't mind me
you're-
as I fit this ostrich in a purse.
You're still a good half a mile from town.
Yeah,
like you're
I'm
not.
gonna-
You're not
I'm
within
gonna-
anybody's earshot.
I'm gonna hand her the cloak, the wand of secrets, the spell book, and any journal or book that pertains to the arcane. I'm gonna keep it on my inventory list, just so that there's
Gotcha,
no need
gotcha.
for differentiation. But that's
and
what
my
I'm handing.
inventory
to you.
list is already massive.
Yeah, that's what I'm handing. I'm handing you basically anything I have that's arcane.
Bye, Island. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
So I guess we're
So-
going for a market in the meantime.
Okay.
Yes.
So let's see. Xylund's writing off on. No funks. Are the rest of you sticking together?
Yeah.
I would prefer that.
Okay.
We have some people in our
So-
party who are credible.
Exactly. And then we
Like
have
Mooshnik.
others who need a bit of credibility attached to them.
Mooshnik. Actually, Mooshnik is gonna be fine.
As long as he doesn't summon any undead.
Yeah, that's probably best. But he is a druid. Druids get some leeway.
Yeah.
So what we will do, since it is 4:30, is we will go ahead and wrap up here. When we pick up next time, we can have, again, your downtime still continues. So things like shopping and all of that are definitely on the table. Decide what you want to do, what you want to buy, come up with your list, that sort of thing in the downtime. We'll just assume that you don't, I mean, you only have as much of a time crunch as you feel you need to have. That's totally up to you.
Okay.
So yeah, definitely think about what it is that you need and want to buy and all that good stuff. And when we pick up next time, we will go ahead and take care of that and continue with your adventures into Greylock and the terrible, horrible, no good, very bad things that appear to be happening.
Yeah.
Hooray!
Well,
Huzzah!
guys, now we have to
Huzzah.
figure out how to stop an invasion.
With
We
an
can do
army
that.
of the undead. Oh wait.
Oh no.
If
With
we
an
were
army
like,
of shadow dogs might work too.
if we were
and
like
so that's
10
how
levels,
we became the BBEG.
Mhm.
If we were like 10 levels higher, I'd be like, stand back, guys. I got this.
This is why they're
So,
scared of wizards.
We just have to kill a bunch of things until we get to 10 levels higher.
Just rats. Just
Yeah,
all
rats.
one at
3
a
rats
time.
per day until we're 10
Every
levels
time
higher.
Lana sees Xylund pull a rat, she's pulling out the pipes and leading it away.
What was it that you said, Michael? I missed it. My mic cut out.
We have to kill a bunch of things until we get to 10 levels higher.
Oh yeah, let's go do that.
The peasant today.
Every single
Slaughter the
person in
countryside.
Greylock. That will work.
We slaughter
Yeah.
everyone to go squash an army. We are the bad guys now.
And
Yep.
then we build a tower, and we'll be the overlords who benevolently make sure that nobody fucks up.
Oh no.
Although you've murdered everybody, so you don't really
There's not
have
many
anybody.
people
To...
left.
only in one city. There's still a few
Sure.
other cities left.
There are a couple.
So-
All right.
Is our current game plan just go hand over the orb and see what they have to say?
I don't.
No, I don't think it's hand over, but
It's
yeah.
ask about.
Yeah.
Also,
Alright.
I'd like to point out that most of Davynn's major traumas have been resolved, and I don't know how I feel about this.
Oh wow.
Someone's making character growth in the healthy direction?
Yes.
Right?
That's possible?
I would. I would like to point out that Lily's traumas are only growing.
And it feels like at the
Yay.
moment that all of his were resolved, everybody else's started picking up way more.
Yeah.
Lana's fine. She's just being like the emotional support tiefling right now.
Yeah, she is. She is being the mascot. It's nice. No, I like that Davynn is sort of coming to terms with who he is and getting to be more confident in that.
Yeah.
Because that just leads us ever so closer to future Davynn, who we
Yes.
all love.
Future Davynn.
Future
And once
Davin
again,
told by legend.
Future Davin will totally have a shoulder cape.
Yeah.
No thanks.
Hey, that's on that is on the shopping list. Lily has it.
Yep. Shoulder Davynn or shoulder
Team.
Davynn. Future Davynn will have a
Shoulder
shoulder
Davin.
cape.
I'll-
Shoulder Davynn is for
every
when
time-
he's a lizard.
No, shoulder Davin is whenever some party member is about to do something mean, a little tiny Davin
Oh.
pops up on their shoulder. Remember, be nice to people, make friends.
Make
Make friends.